Our therapy enables the brain to repair itself. We call it the cure. We're talking about huge potential for millions of people.
I want you to start testing on chimps.
We test one subject. I want to make sure it's stable. I designed the 112 for repair, but Caesar's gone way beyond that. Skills that far exceed that of a human counterpart.
That ship's company property.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen of the Jurt. Why is my background not working? What is going on with stream? There we go. Jesus Christ, Vex would have killed me. She would have came back from the woods and shattered my collarbone. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is MMM. We are back for another lovely show with some lovely guests. Even White Bear is here with his beautiful locks and his Ed Sheeran looks. But anyway, we're here to talk about a movie, part of a trilogy, actually, that was actually surprisingly very well made. This introduction to the newest reboot of the Planet of the Apes movies, nothing that I expected to like. But holy shit, Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a really good movie, surprisingly. But we'll get into all that, of course. But first, let's go talk to our lovely panelists. I love you, chat. I see you. We'll get to you in a minute. Gooch! Been a minute, buddy. You're back on the show.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I just want to say, you went all out for this episode or the show tonight. Like, you actually got an ape to show up tonight. That is amazing. That you went and got an actual ape to come on the show tonight. That's amazing. I'm blown away.
It's Honky Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I love you.
You pumpkin bastard, you. My goodness.
I knew I would get things started. No, thank you for having me back on. It's been a hot minute, but thank you.
Okay. Of course, buddy. You're always welcome. And fellow, I don't know if I call you an ape because you have hair in all the wrong places that an ape should have them. But how you doing, Ryan? How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing very well, Cannoli. It's great to be back here, and hopefully it's the second of many appearances, schedule permitting, of course. I really enjoyed this damn film, and it's great to see Gooch again. It's always nice to see Gooch every Saturday night on Saturday Night Hypnosis. Good to see White Bear again. I hope you're doing well, my good man. And it's good to see Pumpkin Man here as well. First time we've directly interacted. I've heard many good things about the gentleman.
They're
very
all lies.
talented.
They're all lies.
And,
they're all lies. Yeah.
They're mostly lies.
And hopefully he keeps on going and keeps on growing. So here's to a great show, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully you will all enjoy the Motion Capture Monkey movie, part 1.
Yeah. also known as the Summer of Love. Anyway,
That was an MMM.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. Gore King. How you doing,
Hello.
buddy. Welcome back to
I'm-
the show.
I know. And just a week after I thought my immunity had been revoked.
Yeah, we forgave you.
But yeah, I'm here. I'm happy to do the tech support tonight. I'm filling in for Vex. We're going to be doing some fun trivia tonight. And I'm also happy to be talking about a movie that we don't completely, drink from different fountains over.
No.
Because this, I mean, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say this is really good, but it's solid. This is a solid movie. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
a good introduction movie.
It is.
Yeah. Speaking of introductions, look at this beautiful white head over here. White Bear, you've been killing it with your judging people on Twitter streams lately.
Yeah.
It's been really fun, dude. And
I'm glad to be on a few of those. That's some
yeah,
good
thank
shit.
you for coming on, and
course, dude.
it's been really good. How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing?
Hey,
Man of-
Gore,
He's a man of many
Any-
words on his own
Yeah.
shows, but not on.
Yeah. I know.
I'm not afraid to say it moved.
Yeah.
Oh, mine moved. Shit. I'm raising the desk.
How's the weather over there, Gord? Are you getting any of this bullshit?
We got a bit of rain, but let's put it this way: the workers from across the border, they were still roofing today, so wasn't too
Oh, they don't
bad.
stop.
Okay,
They work
okay.
through the worst situations. Yeah.
All right.
Just
I
real
haven't
quick.
I haven't called what's their face INS yet, but thinking about it.
well, only if they fuck up your roof, you could do that. Yeah. Yes, to the chat. I see you all. I see you, CLS Studio. How you doing, Sammy 3Pete? I had to say it is in there. Some guy named Ryan Roger Athe, some racist. I don't know who the fuck that is. Jana Banana. Hello, Jana. Always welcome. Jacob Ironside, of course, my man. Mrs. Sassy. How you doing, Sassy? Let's see who. Blue Collar Loser. Hello, sir. Some guy, Gord King. That guy's stupid. Zax, my man Zax with the shoulders of the god, but a throat. Fucking.
And I'm glad he's getting better. Like, geez.
Yeah, it's finally.
Yes.
God damn it. Common people,
brother.
how you doing? Lovely. Sherry. Got a lot of people in the chat today. How you doing? Love it. How you doing? Love it. Bless your heart. And then Blue Collar Loser gave us a super chat already. Traded Vex for a pumpkin. Pumpkin is hotter, we know. Yes, that is true.
I must be. You just dropped a couple of singles my way. Well, for cannoli, but
For
because
cannoli,
of
but
me.
because of
of
you.
me.
This
You're
is for you,
prettier
Blue
than a
Collar.
$2.
She got a
Pumpkin.
great ass. When I think of asses, something comes out of me.
It's the greatest line ever. I don't care what you say. Greatest line. Yeah, so here again. So this, I think initially in my description of the video when this was announced initially, I gave no shits about this. I was like, I like these movies were okay when I was younger, but this is more of like my dad's generation. Like they were way before my time. Not bad movies at all, but just really didn't care about this whole franchise. And then I think this came out in 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Then I think I saw it a year later.
You're at customer service already.
Yeah, yeah.
Slut.
It came out a year later. I gotta tell you, I rented it. Whatever, a year and a half later, I saw it, and I remember like, all right, I'll give it a try. Let's give it a try, because I've been hearing decent things. Some friends of mine had saw it, and they're like, yeah, it's okay. And yeah, I thought it was pretty damn good. It's a great intro. And by the way, if you haven't seen this trilogy yet, please do, especially the second movie, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, was amazing.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes deserves to be in the conversation for best like sci-fi sequels ever.
Man,
It's
it
awesome.
is so good. It hits on so many things, and it's for a PG-13 movie. They really push that PG-13 to the edge, but because it's apes, I guess they can get away with a little more. But it's sad, it's violent. There's betrayal, there's love, there's heartbreak. I mean, it is, and the actors, Gary Oldman, like it's a fantastic cast, great story. This one though, I gotta say, it was a good introduction. So, I mean, right off the bat, they just show you these monkeys getting apes getting kidnapped. I don't want to misjudge. I don't want to be called a racist.
I want to be a speciesist.
Speciest. I gotta say the first.
It's so
Sorry, go ahead, bud.
easy. I just like to say, Cannoli, this intro, it's so easy for me to make a joke of it. I'm not going to do it.
You can make the joke.
but
Yeah, you can talk about rounding up the runaways or whatever.
No. I was going to say monkeys chasing monkeys, and I'd be wrong on both counts.
Oh.
But no, in all
my
seriousness, this introduction is a solid one, and it does create a solid foundation for the continuing scenes. It makes sense in that respect.
It does make a lot of sense. And could we just talk about the? Well, actually, I'm assuming this is all motion capture in the beginning, right? Just like the rest of the movie.
I think at the very beginning, it's mostly just CGI. I don't think there's mocap quite yet. I could be wrong about that, but I think they could only do like 6 mocap actors at a time.
Popping in to give you a like. What's up, Lance? I feel Gore King made an uncredited cameo. Yeah, he did. He did.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this now, but like when it comes to animals, when they're getting captured and
it's hard to watch.
I that's a soft spot for me. I hate that. So I mean,
Sassy couldn't watch it. She would not watch this movie, even with the outcome being, I guess, not a terrible. Well, animals do die, but in general, she's like that. She's super sensitive to this. She's like, I'm not watching this movie with you. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I don't like monkeys that much. It doesn't bother me.
It just made me hungry.
Racism.
I know. I don't know why monkeys they don't like. If it's monkeys or pigs, I'm just like, I don't care.
Well, I've learned something, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, people have strong attachments to things. I don't personally feel that, but it's good to learn more about people.
Learn to be a human being, Ryan. God damn.
No, it's not reality based.
I don't blame you. Actually, I don't blame you. I will say though, I don't know if you got the motion capture throughout the whole series is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Not even phenomenal. You have to drop the hard. Did you just drop a hard R?
I dropped a hard
phenomenal?
R. That's it. There goes
That's
the stream. But no, it really is fantastic.
No,
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say I really enjoyed this particular scene because I don't think many Americans could figure this out, much less these primates. I think it would be a very good test for voting. Figure this out in less than 20 moves, and you can vote in the next election.
Yeah, you look at the motion capture on this, and you're like, God damn it, man! Like for 2011, especially, like it's incredible. And you look at the shit we get today, and it's like, come on, man, little effort, please.
I will say this though, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm going to go all Lethal Weapon 2 on this stream, but I do think after the capture, the beginning sequence is probably my least favorite part of the movie, primarily because I think the idea that they don't know that this ape is pregnant is really stupid.
Oh, yes. There are some minor plot conveniences they have.
There's a couple other smaller things that bug me, but I mean, it's nothing plot breaking. But like them not being aware that she's pregnant, I'm like,
after all this time,
come on.
You
would find that out really quickly.
Well, to be fair, they're not exactly, specialize in apes and monkeys and chimpanzees. They're just focusing on the more of the biology and the physics of like what they're trying to create. So like I can give some leeway.
These are scientists, and they're going to be injecting.
These are Americans.
Have you talked to some scientists because they're socially?
I know a few, and
American ones.
I mean, they're not without blind spots, but an ape being pregnant before they test on them, I think they know that.
I think it's very good for. I think it's very good for this film that it explains just how dumb American scientists are that they did not notice
this is pre-COVID too,
a monkey, an ape, was pregnant. I think it's very on point, very reality based,
very based. So you get the whole idea of the monkey who's learning this puzzle. I don't even know what the fuck. I forgot what the name of the puzzle was called. Did everybody remember what it was called? It was to put the
something pyramid or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway,
Homer Simpson Day.
Yeah, like a perfect score to get is like a 15, and this ape was getting at 20. Yeah. So it was whatever whatever concoction of stuff they were giving it, this injection, it was working. It was making them smarter. It was actually meant to help Alzheimer's, like people with Alzheimer's, repair their brain, and all this stuff, and it worked. And then James Franco, it's kind of fun. Like there's a lot that they do right with the script, and some things they do wrong. Gord is right, but they put a lot in here in only an hour and 40-minute movie, and most of it does work. Like you find out his motivations right here. He's like, he's really passionate about this. We got to get this going. It's working. We only need one test subject, and you're like, why is he so? And then you find out because he even says this other guy who runs the company, the finance guy, he's just like, don't make it personal to the board when you speak to them about this. And you're like, oh, okay, so no wonder why there's something going on where he's got. Either he has a condition that's coming or somebody he knows that has it, but he's really animate about pushing this through. And there it is, the ALZ 112. And he goes through this whole presentation.
The AOC 112.
AOC 112. That's the opposite.
That's the opposite
of intelligence.
It makes you dumber. Yeah.
So for the first 5 minutes of the movie, they give you a lot. So how do we feel about whoever wants to speak on the introduction between the monkeys, Jesus Christ, I keep saying monkeys, apes getting kidnapped, the introduction to what they're working on, and then immediately, like you get a lot of information dumped on you in 5 minutes. I think they do a pretty good job though.
Yeah, I think all of this setup, as far as the context of what they're doing here, I think is really interesting. The thing about them not knowing she's pregnant, again, I think that's silly. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like what they're setting up as far as, this cure for Alzheimer's, like, okay, that's actually an interesting premise for, why they would be creating this, why it would affect an ape in this way. I think all that's pretty solid. I don't mind that, a corporation who causes this problem is all about making money. I'm like, okay, that's pretty common corporatism. We get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, most of this is pretty solid. Some of the mechanics of it are a little off. I think the way they the way they handle these chimps is it's pretty loosey goosey at times. I'm like, wow,
yeah, not exactly very. Yeah, they're not exactly tight with their security.
Their caution is a bit low, but at the same, but all the same, it's like what they're setting up as far as the how is these creatures came to be what they are is it's pretty cool. I like it.
This is right here what happens when Sassy tries to take my food plate away from me. And it's like, no, no, ape hungry. What about you, Gooch? Like, how do you think of the beginning of the movie so far?
I mean, I thought it was a good introduction. There's snippets there that are just a little, a little much. But I when first time I watched this, I'm like, oh, they did this with, I think it was Deep Blue with the sharks, the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Doing, for Alzheimer's. I'm just like, okay, like this is the same flavor they're going to go.
It's an easy plot.
Yeah, it's an easy trope. I guess you could go with. And Alzheimer's was kind of, at that time was like that decade was like the cancer, and Alzheimer's was the big forefront to cure and everything. And so it was like right away it was going to be a hit. Like, just because. I agree with Gore. Like the way they handled the apes is a little off.
Awkward.
Like this guy hiding around the corner, like it's
supposed to it's like, guys, trank it and then lead it out. It's not. This is not complicated.
Just use a dart gun and pull it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the ape almost ripped his arm off, and you're because being very aggressive, the smart ape that they're training, and then you're like thinking, well, of course, like does the ape think that they're, or does the actual chemical they're giving it having an effect on them? Right? Is it causing some side effect they don't know about? So they do kind of a good job leaving it. Well, then this stupid plot.
There's certain things with them, but it's enjoyable. Like you can forgive it.
Then they unlock the door.
Yeah, it's not utterly world breaking. It's stuff that you're like, okay, that's a little silly. It's
convenient.
It's a little first drafty, but fine. You get enough of this right to where we'll let it go. I do think it's funny that they push an alarm and it only goes off in this section of the building.
One area.
And
yeah.
actually, when they cut to the presentation and back, the alarm's not going anymore. Which I was like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened there? But okay,
This
fine.
is what happens. This is going to happen when Whitey comes to visit me. I'm going to have to treat him like this. Like, Whitey,
Dude,
no.
This is the only time of the movie that I was really disappointed with the convenience of the fucking ape bust through the window.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Yeah.
happens to have all the company,
Yeah.
investors in it. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
It was very convenient that it's happening right when everybody. Yeah, like I get it.
Well,
and
okay. I'll defend that a little bit because
Please do.
okay, so if they're making this presentation because of this ape,
yeah. No, that makes sense. He has to
they're
show.
basically making the
Yeah.
now granted, you could argue that maybe this is like a quarterly meeting, so it happens to fall in line with it, perhaps. But I'm like, this is the subject of what the meeting is about at the very least. So I'm like, okay, I don't think that's necessarily convenient. It's more the fact that she escapes at that time. It's like, okay, that you could argue is convenient.
that
but,
part.
but again, they were bringing her out to present her, and that's where it's like,
would it have been better if they tranked her? Like
they should have tranked it. They
got her in there, and then while they're actually giving the presentation, like then she kind of snaps out of it, and then go. It's like there's a couple of. Well, by the way,
I don't see why you can't wheel out. You can't.
Right.
You can't bring them to her instead of the other way around. I think it's like you probably could do that. It'd be
by
okay.
the way, is this considered black on black crime when the ape comes through after this guy?
I will say though, in regard.
Go ahead, Rod.
Go on. Well, I was just going to say, I personally believe the first 10 minutes of this film simply serves as a justification for the rest of this fucking film. It's basically a means to an end, and the fantasy aspect of it is that all of the things that can go wrong will go wrong at just the right moment for the next part of the story to be told.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that. I agree with that to a point. Like to a point, I would agree with that. But
considering
at the same time,
the past 4 to 5 years, gentlemen, I don't think it's a fantasy anymore. I think human beings are just that stupid. We're just smart enough to create wonders like this, and we're just stupid enough for it all to go fucking wrong. So this is a very reality-based film.
Yeah, and then they have to put the ape down, of course, and then you're like, "Fuck!" So everything just falls apart.
What glass company did they hire? Because all throughout the film, glass is breaking everywhere.
The sugar one,
the sugar.
That's a strong ape, man.
The sugar
you have no idea.
That's definitely it's movie glass, no doubt.
I know, like right when they're doing like the nuclear company meetings. Right on the other side of the wall is a nuclear bomb or nuclear tech.
So
they're right there. It's gonna happen, y'all.
He's telling him, listen, this experiment's dead. He wants him to put down all the apes, and of course, this guy's like, I ain't doing that shit. But then he does.
He does. I mean, he still does, except for one.
Yeah. So, and then he's trying
one of them self-hating board investors.
And he's trying to, like, Franco's trying to basically tell him, listen, we can still do this, blah blah blah. And he's just like, nah, dude, we're done. Like, this could hurt the company, bankrupt the company, back to the drawing board, do it all over again. And he's like, I thought about firing you, but we didn't. So, I'm trying to think. Well, obviously a little bit of time passes here, and he's put all the monkeys down. You see him in the body bags, and then they find Gord's favorite part. They find out that the ape was pregnant, and the reason why she went crazy is to protect her baby. And I'm like,
yeah, that was the one part I was just like, I mean, it's like I don't like dumbing down characters, particularly ones that are supposed to be smart just to service the plot. That does bother me, and these are scientists. I'm like, I would have a really hard time believing they would make a massive blunder like this. But again, it's not completely world breaking or anything like that. It's just it's
okay.
Like I said, the beginning of the movie is my biggest beef with it.
It gets better after this.
It does. It gets significantly better. There's there's issues here and there, but
tiny things.
this is the
Yeah.
biggest one I have. It's just these
Yeah.
opening several minutes.
Look, you always hear it. They're so cute as babies, and then they grow up. No, oh, Jesus Christ. Who's the racist one here? I'm not Ryan. I'm not supposed to be the racist one here.
Hey,
I mean, is it a coincidence
Jesus.
that a monkey baby they're wanting him to abort it? Is that really that? I mean,
yeah,
from what we
I like
know-
how he's. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, Caesar, who we find out is named Caesar after Mr. Dementia. Caesar is basically Monkey Jesus, bright eyes. It was a natural conception, and it slowly creates that character over the course of the 3 films of this sort of messianic figure, this Jesus-like figure, this Moses type figure.
yeah, I would
who
say he's a little more
eventually
Moses. He's
leads
probably a little more
people
Moses than
to the
Jesus, but-
promised land. Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes the monkey. Jesus Christ, I keep saying monkey. Next time I say that, Whitey, cut me off the fucking
Dude,
thing.
you're fine. It's
chimp.
Yeah, they all
I'm
look
gonna
alike,
call
right?
it a monk.
The
Yeah.
chimp. Call him a chimp.
Better than
Yeah.
African, I'll tell you that.
That's extra racist, Gooch. So he buys
Takes
those
the chimp.
takes the chimp home. He buys diapers, and so this is where you get a little more of his backstory. And again, you're right, Gort. Like, to me, from here on out, it slows down a little bit. I mean, it does move quickly as far as the time period, but they do a really good job of slowing it down enough to now you get more of his backstory, why he's so adamant about getting this thing pushed through, and then you meet his father. Like, John Lithgow is fantastic in everything. The guy is such a good actor, and he's so good. Franco is just Franco. Like, I see James Franco, he's just like, he's serviceable. He gets the job done. He's not a great actor.
He's
Pretty good.
He's
good.
He's solid in this. There's
He's
nothing
good in this.
wrong with his performance. He's fine. You know,
he's
I feel like it's a
perfect.
role that he's not irreplaceable in, but
Right.
fine, whatever. He's good
But
enough.
it's fine.
Right,
Yeah, it's not
right.
bad. Then you meet his dad, and his dad's trying. So immediately you're like, oh yeah, his dad's obviously got issues. He's trying to play the piano. He's getting frustrated.
He's doing
He can't-
everything that you want to make sure that you introduce an Alzheimer's character as like,
Yeah,
I can't play the fucking piano chopstick.
I can't
I'm
play
getting a boner.
Beethoven.
Why am I getting a boner?
I can't play Amadeus.
Here's the banjo, Dad. Here's the banjo. Just play this.
Yeah. So you get a little intro that, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to see something? I brought home a black. I mean, I brought home a chimp. I mean, and they,
I brought home a little chiglet.
yeah." And then he's holding him up, and he's like, "Oh, Caesar," because isn't there a book of Caesar right next to him while
I
he's
think
picking
so.
him up? I thought I saw.
Well, he
yeah,
said,
so he's like,
when they walked in, the nurse said he was quoting Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
That's the little hint they drop as to where he might have pulled the name from. So I'm like,
And
that's
he
fine.
was eating a salad, so
Yeah. And then the little chimp here is like he's doing his little late night whining, and so he's a smart guy. Like I say, this is the part though that's funny. Is him as a scientist doesn't know the chimp is pregnant, but he knows enough to where he needs to make the atmosphere warm with moisture. And it's like, if you know that, like, come on. But it was cool. It was a cool scene. He's
It's like you clearly know the species reasonably well.
yeah. And then you get the lick out here looking for his keys. He wants to drive, which is a foreshadow for what's coming later in the movie with his character.
Mhm.
But you feel bad for him. He does play it so well. He's got the look, like his mannerisms. You're like, oh, it's heartbreaking, man.
I don't.
I've had people in my. No,
I think that's John Lithgow.
that's how he really is.
Oh no. It was a different kind. It was foreshadowing even in reality.
I can sympathize with this kind of character because I'm 24 years old.
You're already
I look
getting
twice
Alzheimer's?
my age. I'm probably gonna have full-scale dementia before my 50th birthday.
Oh, I can't wait to see Ryan with dementia. That's gonna be who the fuck are you people on my
Ryan,
screen?
you're breathing in all that mold around your cardboard. You're gonna have it by the end of the year.
Hey,
He's gonna have a 3-hour
all
live
these
stream where he's just
catchphrases.
asking where his keys are.
Yeah, where's my keys? Where's my StreamYard login? What's going on? Where
I'm
am
no
I?
longer based in reality.
No, that's reality based.
That's reality based.
Oh my!
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
it
if you
gives
want to
the-
see a harrowing film about this subject, though, watch The Father. Holy crap!
I heard that's good. Yeah,
It's
I think that's good.
fantastic. Hopkins won Best Actor, and he absolutely
so
deserved it. It's an incredible movie.
So what is it? Was it 3 years later now? After
Yeah.
he brings him home, I think. Yeah, and you see the apes doing ape things. But yeah, I do like the little dialogue that Franco's giving about the ape, like how he's growing and his intelligence. He's like at the intelligence of an 8-year-old at this age, and now he's even smarter. And he's just, hey, look at him. That's how Whitey looks out his window at the chickens. Bless their little hearts, eating bugs. But it's really good. Yeah, and he completed the tower in a perfect score. Like, it's pretty impressive. And again, the CGI is fantastic. But for one thing that it was creepy as hell, I don't know how you guys felt, is the eyes in the motion captures. Fuck, like the way he looks at the camera here and later on in the movie, Brian Cox's character, it's intimidating.
Yeah, there's a certain intense, like eyes are kind of a big focus of this because they're for one thing, they're there to help indicate when the other apes are made smart.
With the hazel on the pupil.
There's a lot of personality in those eyes, and there's a lot of intensity in those eyes at times. It's really well portrayed.
It's well done.
I think it's very well done because you stare into those eyes, and within the context of the movie and the franchise, you are literally staring at the future while humanity slowly but surely dies.
Oh, wait, there's our symbol back there, our little window that he ends up drawing later.
Yeah, in the home. So Franco takes this home and he's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna steal this and give it to my dad and see what happens." Because he's like, "If it's working
this
on
piano playing fucking sucks."
Yeah, this I can't listen to this bullshit. I can't listen to this bullshit anymore.
Keeps on playing the Mario Brothers theme over and over and over.
Yeah,
this is, if this was like the real world, what he has just done is not only unethical but also extremely dangerous. Usually, when scientists want to prove a point with their product, they do it on themselves. Famously, a scientist did it, and in regards to a treatment for stomach ulcers. So he literally drank something, got stomach ulcers, drank his solution, and they got fixed, and he got a Nobel Prize. But if he did that to someone else, he'd be fucking in jail. But so for this to actually be done is extremely questionable. Questionable in the real world.
So he wakes up the next morning and hears the piano, and he's thinking, "Oh God, what did I do? This fucker ain't gonna shut up now." But all of a sudden, within one night, hours later, he's remembering everything. He's back to his old self. So he's like, "Oh man, this shit really works."
The thing about this movie that does really well for like the last 2/3 of it anyway is it hits all the emotional chords really well.
It does a good job.
Yeah, like you're already attached to the relationship with Franco and his father. You're instantly attached to Caesar, and then you get this moment right here where Caesar, as you're going through it, gets outside and wants to fix the bike. And he hurts himself, and you're like, and you feel bad for Caesar because he
just doesn't know any better.
He doesn't know any better,
and he's so smart, right? That he just doesn't realize that yet, though, because he's smart, he's intelligent, but like any young adolescent, he doesn't know anything about life yet. He doesn't know anything about anything. He's
naive to the world.
He's naive to the world, and then this fucking guy, this fucking neighbor, gets so fucked up in this movie between his cars. And then getting sneezed on with blood, and it's like this poor guy, man. And it's like you do it. Yeah, they do it. The writing is done well, so you do have, like you said, an attachment. You actually have empathy for these creatures, just everybody, the characters. So that's good writing. In 20 minutes, you're already getting a lot. And look at Caesar here.
A lot of character development.
A lot of character development quickly.
Well, mostly because I always say that right now because we're being introduced to the most useless character in the movie.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. She's fantastic eye candy. She's a gorgeous lady. But she really serves no function and has a couple of really stupid lines in this movie that I was like, why would you say that?
At the end?
She says it's basically covering the same subject twice. She basically refers to what he's doing, what James Franco's doing, as you're meddling with something you cannot control, and I'm like,
Yeah.
curing Alzheimer's.
We
What's
know that
wrong
already.
with that? It's just like
No,
there's an odd perspective on it, and I'm like, what's your deal? It's
I
okay to
don't-
try to cure
Well,
Alzheimer's.
like the beginning of this film, Pumpkin Man, because it's easier to pronounce than your actual name. Like the beginning of this film, this character, this female character, is a means to an end. She is a way of putting or moving the plot forward to separate the man from the monkey,
From
in
the
a
animal.
sense. So in a sense,
By saying
she's the
something
weakest
retarded?
element because she's like the connection to the transition. To pardon the pun.
Well,
in
and she's
that
a vet,
regard.
so she's like giving him advice on what's going to happen. Like
But
even
she's-
here,
but the thing, I guess the thing I'm saying is, this is where I kind of feel like some of this is first draft material, because I'm
I agree
guessing
with you.
that they wrote those lines of hers under a different premise, because like her saying that sounds more like his experiments are directly meant to affect the apes,
the ape and not
whereas
the
what he's
people.
really
Or they're
just
gonna
trying
help.
to do is cure
Right.
Alzheimer's, which of course scientists are trying to figure that kind of thing out.
Can he cure AIDS? Because look at the city they're in.
yeah, you'd think being there is a little good. And there's also one other little goofy line I thought, where he says, "I know a place. It's across the bridge." And I'm like, he's referring to the redwoods. I'm like, everyone knows this place. It's
Yeah.
not some secret place that you know about.
I know a
everyone
place.
everyone freaking knows the place with all the redwoods.
killed
I mean,
Who killed White
Everyone
Bear?
knows. I've never been to California. I know this place. It's like everyone knows the redwoods.
Look, White Bear died.
I know a
White-
place. It's like
White Bear got hit by
he's in on
lightning.
it. Thought that
No,
was
yeah,
cool.
no. This part was goofy. Yeah, this part was goofy. But again, it's just whatever. It's a plot thing, and he's like,
yeah,
oh, I'm going to
it's
take this
just a
leash off
little
from you.
silly line. It's just a little.
And then they
silly
ask
line. And
you
by the way, me
permission
ragging on her
thing.
2 lines, those are silly lines. They don't kill anything to which it's just
No, they
she
don't.
doesn't-
They don't. But
she's not there for really much of a reason beyond being the Francophile. That's
Mhm.
kind of it.
Lucky him.
As I said before, I always think that her character introduction is a way to put a wedge between the man and the monkey.
And the
That's
monkey.
that's what I
No, it's supposed to portray that picket white fence family unit. Like there, you got the mom, the father, and like
And
he's
then the
kind
monkey.
of the monkey.
Well, one thing
like the son,
I
like-
do know about her character, and granted, it doesn't relate to any issues I've had with her portrayal thus far, but she was actually originally supposed to be Franco's wife, and she was the one who was going to have Alzheimer's. So that
Oh,
was
no
the
shit.
original function of her.
Oh.
But they changed that, and they still kept the girlfriend character and all that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
so
that's
you
fine.
got-
You can have a girlfriend, but can she serve a purpose beyond saying goofy
Yeah.
lines here and there? Because
You
really,
be
she
naked.
doesn't add.
Too
She doesn't
young.
really add. She doesn't add anything to the movie, really.
Can you be naked?
casting
please?
couch role. Weinstein
would-
was still active during this period.
Yeah, I
Oh, dead
she I can't think of any other movies that she
Slumdog Millionaire.
She was in
Yeah.
Slumdog Millionaire, and she was in that movie, that terrible movie with Henry Cavill, that one, but the Greek god one with oh my god, you
was
know what I'm
she?
talking about.
I didn't know the
Ah,
Immortals. Immortals.
The Immortal. Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, I remember that movie. The movie was
Henry
terrible.
Cavill was in that.
Yeah, Henry Cavill was like one of his first movies, but Mickey Rourke is the movie sucked. It was terrible, but she was in it, and then she gets a little. You actually see some boobage. She gets naked.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I remember Roger Ebert doing a review real quick. That guy was so horny for her in the review. All he talked about was her body and her face, and I was like, bro, like, go jerk off before you do the fucking movie review in the paper. Come on, dude.
Yeah, did he even have his? You said Roger Ebert was. It's like, did he even have his jaw? At
I
that
don't know.
point?
Actually, that's a good point because I don't know. I don't remember. But he was like, "Oh man, she is stunning." I'm like, yeah, but, like for 3 paragraphs. I'm like, bro, we get it. You want a banger?
He was
It's like, granted, she totally is, but I mean,
She's beautiful.
calm down.
She's
Yeah.
so smoking hot.
I can't type fast enough. Help!
I
Help.
might have to go
I'm typing one hand.
drop a nut.
My keys are sticking to my hand.
Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, we're so going to hell. We are so going to hell. Oh, look,
I like
we got
mocking
our
the
we got our
disturbing.
white ape back, Whitey.
Yay.
Fix your internet.
He's
you
black.
son of a-
Oh, no, here he is.
So
Fix
now-
it.
now we get full on Caesar here, which I like the transition they did when he climbs to the top and it's the camera swirls back around and he's a little older. So did they say how many years it was? It was 5 years, right? After Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course they're doing their thing, trying to eat some cheese and get some, but Caesar's got to. It's like a typical kid, got to fuck it up. But Caesar's he's grown. He's much smarter. I like this part. I do like this part with the German Shepherd, which is already an intimidating animal's barking, and I like how let me ask you a question. If you saw a chimp leashed walking like this, would your first things to go, is that a chimp, and just walk up near it? Or would you be like, what the fuck is going on?
The line,
here?
yes. The line, yes, but then I'd be turning to the other direction because it's a freaking chimp.
Yeah,
I'd be like, is that a chimp? And then I'd be like, okay, we're going the other way. We don't associate with those types.
Yeah, we don't like
No,
those
I wouldn't
type of
say that,
people.
but-
Not in our woods. No.
Well,
Go back to where you came from.
But I like how Caesar, like, he sees the like. I'm pretty. Now here's another thing too. You got suspend disbelief. You're pretty sure all the times he's been going to the woods now on this leash, he's probably seen other animals leashed up. But it's a movie, so you're like, all right, fine. They have to kind of center things here to make you push the story forward. But I like that he looks at.
I don't know the red. It's there's a lot of land there to cover. I mean, it would depend on how often
true.
they
That's
take
true.
him there.
That's
but
kind of overly convenient for this.
No,
this is
it's fine. It's fine.
But I like this is this to me. It's the strongest suit of the movie. Is
so good.
Because to me, like, the dialogue in this movie is not very good. It's not terrible. It's just kind of mediocre altogether.
Right.
But there is such good visual storytelling in this.
Oh, so
where him
Symbolism.
looking at and that's you brought up the eyes
Mm.
earlier. He's kind of looking at the leash and stuff, and this, by the way, this little part I love, and Andy Serkis improvised it where he's saying to get in, and he's going in through the back, but he's like, no, I'm going into the passenger side, because that made him feel like a pet, and I was like, that's good thinking by Andy Serkis.
Great.
Really good thinking.
Yep. And then he talks to him.
It does highlight, though, a very important point, and it's the humanity. Anything that we cannot control, we put down. And if we can't control you will be put down. And this film really recognizes that.
Yeah.
And that's why there's, spoiler alert, it's over 13 years. That's why near the end of the film, it's an all-out conflict.
One thing worth noting, since it's already passed at this point, but the supplication gesture, that is a real thing. I was curious if that was a real thing, because I was like, if that's not a real thing, that is a bit of a plot hole, because you would have to, it's like her knowing that would be odd, but it is a real thing. That is actually something that they do. They make supplication gestures like that. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
And this part here, like you said, with the visual storytelling, he just looks so depressed, like, and he's asking, like, am I a pet? And he's like, no, you're not a pet. And he's all this because he's wearing the leash. He sees the dog. I like when he barks. I like when he snaps at the dog, though.
Yeah.
Just to show how scary they can be. Like, it's even she says that. Like,
it's
those
really
racist
good.
German shepherds.
It's really good foreshadowing, because
what's going to happen?
back, obviously, to the end, right? But it's done like it pulls, like I said, it pulls on that emotional heartstring where you're just, you feel, you have so much empathy for. And this part, this is the part I don't understand. So why would you like dive into this sappy story for a pet that's already feeling depressed?
Yeah, she even acts surprised, right? A little bit. And she like, wouldn't she have known by now? Like, what happened?
That was something I was wondering. I'm glad you brought up how long it's been, because I missed that on the second time, and I didn't even think of the question until the second time. I was like, how does she not know this yet?
Yeah.
Why is she surprised? And her being surprised, I didn't really feel served the story that well, other than to say that really stupid line she says.
Yeah.
But,
I didn't like.
I don't necessarily mind him telling Caesar if he's actually questioning these things about himself, and I can empathize with that, because my adopted siblings had similar moments where we were like, okay, well, this is the truth of what you came from. We've had those moments in our family, but it's more the part where she's surprised by this. I'm like, why? It's like, how does she not know this already? She's been with him how long?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's just her expression here. Like, the way I was like, wait a minute. I was telling, because I'm watching it and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And nobody's watching it with me. And Sassy's upset. I'm like, I need somebody to talk to.
And like I said earlier, she's looking at him while he's saying, that his mother passed this on to you, and she's looking at him like this was the intention of the experiment. And then has that silly line where she's saying, your medical.
Yeah, then
You're trying
goes
to
through the whole
control
backstory
things you're not
here.
supposed to control, and I was like, they're trying
It's
to
been
cure Alzheimer's. That's okay.
Yeah, it's been what 5 years. Like she doesn't look like she has all his workout. Or all, like I'm like, you don't know about.
And
this
if you
shit
don't
in 5
understand
years?
that scientists do experiments on monkeys and stuff, you're ridiculously
Yeah.
naive.
And she's a vet, right?
It's
So she
a
should
bit
know.
on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That associate's degree in zoology did not go very far.
Bless her heart. You know, but you do
If you've
again.
been with the monkey that long, and you're like, yeah, God, you know, this is just what they do, you know.
Now again, you're only 30 minutes into the fucking movie, and I mean, there's a lot happening. But again, for the most part, besides some these minor gripes, it's still for the
This
most part
part right
done
here.
well. Yeah, this part,
He's
and then like he's starting to regress, right? He's eating with his fork
Yeah.
backwards, and I love how Caesar corrects him. So what a good scene that was, where he's like, "I still love this man, right? They're still my
Good visual
family."
storytelling.
Oh
Again,
God, it's so good.
More symbolism, the future helping the past, and this would have been a good synergy for the brave new world. But no, human beings don't act that way. Whenever something is a threat to us, we put it down, even if it is the future.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know,
then
I felt he was like, "Get good, dumbass."
do better, white man.
Yeah.
And then he's saying like his body is rejecting, basically fighting back and bringing his Alzheimer's back, and
His
it's going to come
antibodies.
back. His antibodies are fighting
Yeah.
against it. So over time, it's regressing. And this part was crazy, where he gets in the car. And I like this little Easter egg with the Statue of Liberty and the monkey holding the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. But again, his expressions, the emotion capture is so damn good. You like feel every emotion, and he hears what's going on because there's like a bell on the front gate, so he knows if somebody's going out. You know, and Caesar hears it. And this poor guy thinks it's the neighbor's car who he keeps getting messed with.
His neighbor's poor neighbor is such a punching bag.
He's such a I know. It's so
But
good.
I almost
This is the part-
feel like the movie's a little bit unfair to him because they're presenting him
bit.
kind of like a
A little-
villain. I'm like, no,
it keeps
he has
happening.
he has every justifiable reason
Yeah.
to act the way he acts in this.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why the door was open and the keys were in there. Like,
He just got out to like put his
That's
groceries in the
it's a
house.
silly movie trope where
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
leave their car keys in their car. I'm like, nobody freaking does that.
How dare
there's
Sassy
very-
Kid fight?
I've
There's
never
white
met a
people in
person who
neighborhood,
does
They
that.
didn't expect a porch monkey to just jump off of the place and start trying to rob his car. It's
my
not his
fa-
fault. But they should have had Quentin Tarantino play that dude. That would have been fun.
So when
This
are we
is my-
going to
this-
say Wakanda forever? Are we going to say
That's
that?
at the end. That's at the end.
That's later in the end.
Okay.
Those are his
this is-
second and third words.
Yeah. And then Caesar's getting pissed. My face when somebody eats the food in the fridge that's meant for me. Fucking, ooh, ooh.
This is when Olive Garden asks you, like, is that enough cheese?
Do you like Italian food? Go fuck yourself, Olive Garden.
Oh, one more cheese, of course. keep
Fuck
on
your
putting on the
breadsticks.
cheese.
more Parmesan.
Yeah, more Parmesan.
Yeah, Caesar breaks out because he thinks the dad's getting hurt. I do like, again, it's a little silly, but I mean, it shows you how strong and powerful, he bites his fucking finger off almost, and he's protecting, and it's like, oh yeah, this is why these animals they need to be feared, because they're
And
so
the
damn
studio,
powerful.
they debated internally whether or not he would bite his finger off. They decided against it because they were worried that would turn people against Caesar. And I'm like, no, that would be fine. That wouldn't turn us against him. It's like he is a monkey. We get that.
The idea, I think it would have been better if he like broke his fucking arm and he'd be screaming
Yeah,
in agony rather than
Just
Now,
shoot him with his
I think
broken
that they
arm.
actually-
of
I'm not
the
gonna
abuse.
lie, this part is probably for me the most emotionally impactful. I felt so bad for him in this moment because everyone's backing away and he's just protecting.
Well,
this
look at his
person.
face, like you said, visual storytelling. Like how
It's like he's a vulnerable character who's protecting someone more vulnerable than himself, and he's going to be ostracized for it.
that's true, Jay. That is
Well,
true.
For once in the movie, I think that they actually underpowered the character because, like, they're stronger than that. You know, I think.
Well,
that
yeah,
they were kind of making things a little bit too convenient in the movie at times. You know, like they're strong at sometimes, but other times they're just bitches. I don't know. You know, to make them look
if
like,
it's a
oh,
rated
he's in
R movie,
trouble.
I'm sure they'd show more. Well, you don't also don't. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
They don't
You make-
severely underpower the chimps. Chimps are not like gorillas where they're insanely strong. But I would say the gorillas
racist.
The gorillas.
Are you
power,
labeling?
They probably
Are you
underplay
labeling
a little bit,
gorillas?
but- I am super freaking
They're
powerful.
just really good at primate sports. Okay, you know, like they might be.
I mean, have you seen Patrick Ewing play basketball?
my goodness.
Anyway, so we got Brian Cox.
Wow.
Sean Kemp. I mean, come on. No.
Wow. Wow.
There goes the channel.
My
People.
goodness.
Yeah.
Brian Cox is another. The guy is fantastic in everything. He plays such a
Yeah.
good
He's
guy,
great and
bad
everything,
guy.
but gosh, does he feels so underused in this movie?
He does. He does. The
I
times
thought
that he's
Wolverine was going to be in here in one of those cages at some point. Like this dude keeps on playing an asshole who keeps things in cages.
Professor X. Yeah. So this is where now he's going into a. What is this again? It's like a sanctuary, right? A monkey sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's a court order, and again.
Well, they're an in-between place for Genesis.
Right.
Because they send a lot of those monkeys over there. So you see him kind of walking around, and of course you know nothing good's going to come of this as the viewer.
Collins got to do with this.
I personally
I
personally think the Brian Cox character is that sort of star power for the moment, and then Tom Felton
just brings
and
people
the
in.
other guys kind of fill in for the rest. Because scheduling, folks, it doesn't just affect content creators; probably affects actors and actresses.
People who
too.
actually, I like this part too. But I felt bad for him here. He's running to the wall, and he sees it's like, oh shit, this isn't a.
It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this part was heartbreaking, man. When he's trying to understand, like, where the fuck are you going? Why am I here? It's like leaving your child. It's heartbreaking. And he's not understanding what's happening. And look at his face here. He's just like, what the fuck is going? You know,
and he looks at her,
here.
which is why I had that link as she was the reason, because he really does look at her very vindictively. Looks at him like you betrayed me.
What did you
looked
do?
At her like,
well,
you
I mean,
fucked me over.
if they were planning on going for that, they probably would have. I mean, I'm not saying they might have animated around those lines, but they didn't do that story wise. So I feel like that's kind of just happenstance more
Ever
than
since
anything.
you came in here and started sucking his dick, I'm getting.
I'm pretty sure those scenes are in the $14.99 director's cut you can find on Amazon.
Yeah, Blu-ray, baby.
There's a
Exactly.
There's a director's cut of this movie.
I can't believe you don't get the joke I'm bringing back up.
I'm fucking kidding. Listen, I have autism. Effects was here, you stupid retard. See, I'm doing. Somebody's got to call me an autistic slut.
Okay,
Cannoli was actually hoping they'd cure Alzheimer's in this movie.
Yeah, what?
How do they do this?
This gave Cannoli so much hope.
Yeah, sitting there like, who am I? Why? Where? Yeah, I pulled the rug right under my feet. Where am I?
Okay.
What is this?
It's okay, Cannoli. Streamers together strong.
I appreciate you.
Look,
buddy.
instead of curing Alzheimer's, they created airborne super AIDS.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, and Caesar's a little intimidated here because the monkeys are acting like real monkeys, and he's smarter than them, but he's still not understanding. I gotta think like he comes from this world where he's protected in this beautiful house, like and then you get thrown basically into prison. Essentially,
they even throw in the "it's a madhouse" line from Tom Felton says it, which I'm like, okay, that's a good way of incorporating Little Member Berry.
I would say he's smarter than him. I think he just grew up in a different
he's got the chemical in him though.
He's absolutely smarter than them.
But he is, but like he's grown up in he was raised in a different environment. Socially, in that environment, he's a dummy.
Nature over nurture, right?
It's you're right. He's been protected in this environment. He's never been any other monkeys.
It is nature and nurture, and it does really contrast well, especially in the second film between him and Cobra. They're essentially polar opposites with different with the same nature, because Cobra gets the upgrade too. But far different nurtures as well. So I think that really does create a dynamic there.
Yeah, and then he's saying that obviously his disease is progressing. I can't lose them both. It's like, okay, and she's just sitting there looking pretty, like, okay, I'm gonna drink my tea now. I'm like, what the fuck? Say something to the man. Go do something with your mouth. Anyway, be a woman, goddammit.
Well, well, obviously they did that purposely because
Yeah, I
you
know.
Yeah.
You feel bad for Franco though, because he's just
Yeah.
lost Caesar. His
He's
dad's falling
desperate.
apart.
He's
Yeah, he's like,
desperate,
"Holy
and
shit."
the character is desperate, and desperate times lead to desperate measures, which leads to this innovation, which
Mhm.
then conveniently goes awry, and
Mhm.
it's seen as a breakthrough, but then everyone starts dying, but no one notices until it's far too
Nobody
fucking
noticed
late
it.
because of other events.
Mhm.
Okay,
This is
I
where
have to
this is where he
compliment
tells
the
the
movie. Sorry, bro.
Yes.
But like,
No,
I
no,
got
go
a
ahead, buddy.
compliment right here. For once, just for once, it's very rare, but we have a character here who's like this horrible venture capitalist guy, investor, and all that, and it's not just some typical race that would play it. Okay,
Well, no,
for
he's
once,
very,
it's not the
he's
evil white guy.
No, he's not. He's even. I mean, they're not even playing
Yeah.
down the fact that he's a foreign black guy. Because I mean, he's
Yeah.
got him keeping his
Mhm.
accent and everything. He's someone
Yep.
who he kind of lived the American dream, but is now
Mhm.
obsessed with the
Mhm.
bottom dollar.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah, no,
pretty on
this
the
is where-
nose. Like, sorry, man.
Oh yeah,
But,
no,
like,
they don't hide it. Yeah,
No,
and Franco even tells him the whole thing. Like, I gave this
This
to my
guy, this
dad.
guy betrayed more than a few kefirs to get to America. Let's just say that.
Yeah. They said, "You got the science, I got
He
the
does-
money."
He gets decaffeinated later. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, this is where they're feeding him the food, and you get the guy from Harry Potter here.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So I've seen this scene on riff tracks, and it's one of my favorite. They have this ongoing joke, and it's one of my favorite usages. And so he's like, "Don't you know food when you see it?" And he's like, "Golden Corral's a new slogan." I like that. I've always enjoyed that joke, and
Is
that
that
was a
the
good
kid
usage
from-
of it.
Is that the kid from Harry Potter?
Harry
Yeah,
Draco
bro.
Malfoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Draco Malfoy.
No, I didn't even. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there. I'm racking my brain, going, "Where have I seen this kid?"
Yeah,
before?
Tom
Like,
Felton.
Yep.
Oh, I just hated this
And
guy.
for
I
some
wanted to-
reason, like in California, we got rednecks running a chimpanzee.
You don't know where in California this is. God damn
Yeah,
it.
it's right next
They come-
to a fucking bridge. What are you talking about?
fuckers. Yeah, I like that he throws the food at him, and then he gets pissed and wets him, and Caesar's like, "Oh boy."
Okay,
He's like,
so
"What-"
question.
No.
Do you all think that they put this particular part, using the hose on him, do you think that's meant to allude to the way
Rambo.
they used to do that
Rambo.
to black people, or to allude to the fact that they did this to Charlton Heston in the original Planet of the Apes?
I
'Cause
think
you
it's
could go
just
either way with it.
John Rambo. That's all.
You
it
I'm
could
is.
gonna,
go
I'm gonna,
either
yeah,
way
he's
with
going
it.
Rambo. I'm going with the Charlton Heston throwback Easter egg.
I'm going with Stone Cold Steve Austin when he drove his truck into the arena and he started shooting the hose at Vince McMahon.
That Titantron nearly came down when he pulled that.
Put the rubber
in
on
there.
the hook.
My goodness.
I'm going Coyote Ugly because Gooch is here.
Yeah, I was gonna slip it in, but you got it before me.
Yeah, I like how he puts the window. He draws the window with the rock on his. Try to remember home a little bit, a little more comfortable. It's pretty sad, actually.
What if
It
the
is.
fire
I'm-
hose
like,
is an extension?
I'm not gonna
of his
lie.
penis?
I had a lot of like.
Are you
my
crying,
heart
Gooch?
I am a lot.
Did you
Inside.
tear up? Oh, inside.
No,
okay.
but I have a tough time.
I'm like
watching
you.
animal
I'm
movies.
the same as you.
I-
Yeah, I'm the same as you.
I get really mad, and when people go after animals, I just want.
Isn't it funny when people kill people? I'm like, oh, that's cool.
No.
When it's an
Well,
animal, I'm like,
No.
it's because I'll tell you why. It's the level.
depends
playing
on the
field.
people.
You feel like
Yeah.
it's a level playing field when it's human
depends.
versus human. When it's human versus
Children,
animal or
no.
human versus
Right.
child, it doesn't
Right,
feel like
right.
a level playing
when it's
field.
children,
No,
I don't like. I
I'm
don't
not.
like children. When it's people, like if it's somebody innocent and yeah, of course, but I mean, like when you're watching, first of all, we've probably been so desensitized to fucking people killing each other in movies for so long. That's part of it. But you're right. Gord's right. It's because most animals. I wouldn't say an ape is helpless. It's this situation.
I'm like the same. I'm not. I know this is going to be, but I when it comes to
he's getting
racist,
gay.
like racist stuff in movie, like or like anything racist, I get
Mhm,
angry.
mhm.
I get super angry. Like I
Well, yeah. When
I can't handle that stuff. Like,
Ryan,
like, and I
finally
mean the
extreme.
extreme. No, the extremes. No, I'm talking like extreme stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the stuff
like
you
the
cannot say
hurricane
under
and,
any
you know.
circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, folks, I'm realizing I'm a fucking monster. I don't experience any of this. I just see a film. Maybe it's because I know.
That's because in
down-
your 20+ years, you've been dulled by your emotions have been dulled down where normal people actually experience.
I don't know. When I
emotions,
saw
Ryan.
Tom Cruise getting
I'm just-
mistreated in the the Last Samurai by all them dirty, filthy Japs, that was I was kind of weepy there. I gotta tell you, you don't fuck with Tom.
Just
He
wait
was
till
my
World
top
War II, you
gun.
fuckers. Just wait until World
it's
War
coming
II.
back. It's coming back.
Don't
Not
fucking
long after.
don't fucking cavalry charge a
Whitey,
modern
you
bloody military. Damn.
He's like, oh, wait,
Love
that
you,
was supposed
Gooch.
to- was that supposed to be the 1800s?
I love it.
Like, dude, you just wait another 70 years, you bastards.
Yeah, it was the late 19th century during the Meiji Restoration. Yeah.
It was like 1876, I think, is the year that.
Oh, it's not
Next
long
time,
after.
bring the man
Wasn't
some
very long
sake. Okay.
This is where this is Copa, right? This is the
Koba, yeah.
Copa. He's giving Copa. Did I say Copa?
Kobe!
Copa is an ape.
Yeah.
Wow.
Copa is an ape.
Wow.
He is an ape. He is a bald ape. This is they give him the cookie, right? And then he holds. So he's a scary looking fucking ape. I'll tell
Yeah,
you,
they
with
said
the
that
scars
he's
and the eye.
been through the process.
Yeah,
the
he's-
whole
he's
time.
So he's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
the
look at
dark
his face.
mirror of Caesar in that respect. He has experienced humans. He has experienced them at
Yes.
their worst. It's darkened his
Yes.
heart, and that's why when he does get the genetic upgrade, deep down he's like, "We got to get rid of these
Fuck you
fuckers."
people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like a monkey hugger, He's seen it all.
Well, he gets. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, so this is where Caesar goes out into the play area for the first time. Doesn't work out very well for Caesar, does it?
Oh,
this
he gets
guy.
a little alpha challenge.
He gets Alpha Challenge and he loses it. Look at him. And they don't. They even say like his clothes are going to cause a problem for him in the yard. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever. Let him learn his lesson. That never mind. If Vex was here, she'd be say the word, but I can't. I'm not
Black
brown.
on black crime, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, she would use a different word, but I can't
I
get
hate
away
that
with
word. I'm sorry. I hate that word.
I didn't say it.
I know, but I just hate it.
I'll be sure to use it next Saturday.
No, I hate that word.
Which is like, I gotta go. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Yeah, Caesar. So Caesar, he goes up to the top of the thing here and he gets knocked down. This poor Caesar, man. They rip his shirt off, and he's like, "What the fuck, man?" This part here with Koba is fucking creepy. He spells the guy's name out right when he's looking at him, and he stares at him with like this. I don't know if I can get it, but even here, the way his, like you said, visual through the eyes. Fucking this thing, I would shoot this fucking thing so fast. I mean, like, you could tell this fucking ape is gonna eat me as soon as he can because he is creepy, man. God.
I bet he didn't even blink when they did the eye puff test. The one that
But they're giving him a new variant, right? It's 113 now, so it's a little bit more advanced.
Bless his heart.
Bless
Which
his
then creates the airborne super AIDS effect
that's
because of the
fucked up,
viral element. Oh my
No,
goodness.
That's
that
true.
is not
My
true.
goodness.
That is not. No, that's
Yeah,
not
but
true.
this is what Gooch chants in his room before he goes to bed. I hate the word. 99% of them.
The scene surrounding Koba is actually a very important one when you understand the context that scientists, after a while, when they study things and they make innovations, they get enamored with their projects. So when they see that, they see a triumph of their project rather than the abyss staring at them until they realize too late and it fucks them over. The
COVID.
nuclear weapons test is a great example of that. But they're so enamored by this, they're key to paradise.
That's who I was trying to think of. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Who's
my God,
trying to
Boosh.
sabotage me here? That Captain Riker cosplaying motherfucker ain't stopping reality based. I tell you that.
Who's the oh, sorry, this is the orangutan that's talking.
Yeah,
to
that's
him. He's a
Maurice.
Valerie
he's a circus orangutan, so he knows sign language. So he's talking to Caesar's like, holy shit, you know sign language? It's like, I was raped in a circus.
Oh, relatable.
This channel's so getting kicked off.
Oh, God.
Gooch is like, what am I involved with here?
Oh,
I'm trying to grow my channel, goddammit.
oh.
I used to give rim jobs for peanuts.
I'm trying to stop having a laughing fit.
It was bullshit.
Oh, God, I did not hit her. I swear. I did not.
The gloves don't fit, y'all.
Open the door.
Reference.
I wish that he sounded like Stephen Hawking.
Oh, poor Caesar is so happy he has a monkey to or orangutan to talk to. Oh yeah, this is where they take they take one of the apes to Genesis. Oh God, I can't. My eyes are watering.
Fucking racist ass Gooch over here, man. You blown it up.
Oh,
So what God.
Oh,
anyway, they go to visit Caesar, and Caesar he has a little scratch on him from getting beat up, and this guy's like, "What do you want from me, dude? Look at the color. We run this show here."
I'm blonde haired and blue eyed, and why is your girlfriend out of her cage?
Oh my God.
How did she get out?
She need to be hit with the hose too, boy.
And he tries to tell him, the new kid, sometimes will get beat up on. He's like, I ain't buying it.
Yeah. And he's like, we're
It's like
taking
you're
him out
talking
of
to.
here.
It's like you're talking to someone who works with chimpanzees. He knows them pretty well.
Oh, poor Caesar. And again, this is the last time, I think, for the movie where Caesar has the hope of leaving, and then after this, he just doesn't give a shit anymore because there's a lot that happens to him. But he's just like, fuck you. After he leaves here, he's like, I'm done like being nice. I'm done being I know I'm not going
This
home.
is the part that bugs me because he understands the conversation every other moment throughout the movie, but here he doesn't understand the moment. Like he doesn't understand what's happening. Like it's
I don't know. Does he understand the concept of imprisonment and justice and punishment? Like he's set up
Franco
for a date. I'm sure he can understand this.
I mean, no, but what I'm saying is that
he's like, I'm gonna get.
But what I'm saying is he's been raised up to be kind of like they tell him all growing up. You're not a pet. You're like, I'm your father. It's like he's being treated like a pet. So it's like I can see why this would bother him. It's like
every weak point of this film so far. I'd just like to say, Gooch, before you continue, every weak point of this film so far seems to be when they have to get to the next stage of the story.
Well, yes. because we're almost an hour into the movie, and there's a lot that happens in the last half hour of this movie, and you only have 20 minutes basically to set up the rest of the story here with Caesar, and things move quickly here again. Where he's smart though. He's like gauging the whole yard this time. He's seeing where the latches are, how to break out, and then he's looking at the gorilla. Right? It was a gorilla, right, in the cage, down below, and how to gain dominance. Like he's.
Exactly. So why couldn't he understand that he's trying his best to get him out of there?
Hey, Gooch, I don't think to analyze this with real life, I really don't think Caesar understands the concept of imprisonment, because I believe he believes he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, would Franco
wrong.
have taught him the concept of imprisonment and all that? So why would he teach him that? I don't see why. I don't know why he would even teach him that, especially at 5 years of age.
Come on.
Because even though he's more like Caesar's intelligent, it's like, how intelligent are we talking? I mean, Grant, he's probably more intelligent than, what is he, 5 years old at this point? He's probably more
intelligent, but not experienced.
Definitely more intelligent.
Here's my point.
Go on.
He was smart enough to know about the leash and to sit in the back seat and ask if he's a pet. And grabs that whole concept. So now that he does something that gets him put into a prison environment, The first after they left the first time, I could that works. The second time, where they're actually having a conversation and he can hear what they're saying, he should be able to understand that. Because he's developing a lot more. So that's kind of lost at that point. He knows he's in the prison. He knows everything that's going on in the prison. Like
I guess what I'm saying is like, does he really understand why he's not able to be helped?
They say you need a court, you need a warrant.
But to
court
Caesar,
order.
what's that? But to him, what's that? I mean, he would
understand that
what that is.
He would understand that James Franco would need something to get him out. So like he's like James Franco is not the bad guy here. He wants him. He's fighting for him to get out. Like he even says.
I think. Sorry, Gooch. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But he may think, okay, that's what you need. We'll go get it. Why is that hard?
Yeah.
There's I guess I'm saying it's like I don't think he could possibly fully understand everything that's going on, and
right.
I mean, I'm not saying that you don't that your point doesn't have any merit to it. I think it has some, because I mean, I thought about it too. It's like, I feel like if nothing else, that Franco could have talked to him a little bit more to explain. I'm doing everything I can, but this is really difficult.
Well, I do think the animal, or rather, I do think Caesar does understand the concept of justice. In a later scene, we will see that the keeper who's nice to him, he just locks away. The keeper who's not nice to him, he fucking does in and kills in a rather unique way, an intelligent way.
And I would also say that it's like your intelligence doesn't necessarily mean you're mature. There's a difference between intelligence and maturity. So, and I think while he's intelligent, he's not exactly mature. So even if you know deep down, like even about your own parents, I know my parents are looking out for me, but the fact that they're failing to do this thing that I want them to do or need them to do in this instance, you still might feel kind of rebellious towards them. But also, we have to keep in mind, it's like the context of this is he's still not human. He's
also living in his own world. Like he's not...
so it's like him turning away from Franco to these apes. It's like that's a little bit more natural than if, say, we were looking at humans interacting.
All he knows and cares about is that he's here and he doesn't want to be and he wants to be free. He probably and when you're in the moment, if that was you, you'd be like, I don't give a fuck about what's going on out there. Get me out of here.
Honestly, I think he just kind of became racist.
He did. He hated white people.
Like this is reverse racism or whatever.
But he fully understands that at Genesis, there's other apes that are caged.
Well, okay,
imprisoned.
That's my thing. Is like he knows that other humans are doing other things or whatever and all, but he knows that his main human, James Franco, was involved in whatever that caused his mother to die and whatever that he knows that he's connected to all that.
He knows the background.
Every time a little tiny stack of bad things happens, the monkey gets even more and more racist.
But this is where, so you're getting past that. So Caesar, the Harry Potter kid, I don't even know his fucking name.
Tom Felton. Are you wondering what his actual character's name is? His actual character's name is Dodge.
Okay, Dodge.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
He just couldn't dodge enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he basically he brings his friends in, Dodge, they're drinking and doing stupid
F-150, come here.
Come on, boy. So Caesar basically acts like he's attacking one of his friends, takes his pocket knife, and he builds like a contraption to unlock the gate of his prison, basically. And I was like, wow, that was pretty fucking crazy. Put sticks together. I was like, this is pretty damn good for a fucking, even for a smart ape.
Point.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah, and then he frees the gorilla here, and basically he's like,
Buck.
Buck, can you please help me with this asshole in the yard? And I freed you, so help me out here. And this is where the ape, the dominant ape, comes in and basically gets his ass kicked.
Beats his ass with a bedpan.
Yeah, boom. Look at Caesar. Look at his face and demeanor. Look at his. He's just like, yeah, I'm the king of this bitch now.
Well,
Wakanda forever. There you go.
He
Ryan.
puts this up like, I can beat you, but I'm not going to, because he throws it down.
He throws it down. Yeah. But look at
my
that face.
Goodness, so Black Panther and Killmonger. No wonder they got where did they get the inspiration from?
But like, look at the. Remember, you were talking about visual storytelling. Look at his demeanor before, and look at him now. He's like, I'm done. He's like, this is me now. I am gonna fucking dominate and take over, and that's it. He's changed. Yeah, this is where Franco's gonna give his father the new serum, and his dad's just like, please don't. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
He's like, I saw your old movies. Just let me
Yeah.
die.
I saw Spring Breakers, you motherfucker.
Considering the side effect of this treatment,
yeah,
if he had taken that, he would have just melted into dust.
Yeah, probably. Then he wakes up the next morning and he's passed away, and they again, like, they don't harp too much on this stuff because again,
wake up stiff too.
That poor lotion bottle. Oh god. The poor lotion bottle next to your bed.
Oh no.
And I like that they don't harp too, like, it's sad, right? But they do it quickly, they get it out of the way, and they have the sentimental moments with the apes and all this, and they're putting his stuff away, but they're like, there's not enough time anymore, because you're getting to a point in the movie now where you're like, okay, there's a lot of shit that still has to happen.
It's also it's also very symbolic, Cannoli, of the past of the old world is dying, and in the case of the father passes away. It's now up to the son, and not just his physical son, but also the son of the son. From the past dying. Then you got the present, which is the James Franco character. Then you got Caesar, who's the future. And you're seeing that transition. And you see the dark form in Koba. And you see the revolutionary spirit in the apes and their struggle for freedom.
Yeah. And then this guy, he was basically telling the scientist guys, the other guys, to like move ahead with more of the experiments. And he's like, you can't do that, because he knows the side effects, right? He's like, I've seen it firsthand. You can't do this. And the other main guy who,
well, he's basically telling them, because they're working on something to counteract the negative effects. And he's basically like, we haven't seen like the effects this will have on humans yet. He's not aware of the virus. That's
why we tested on apes.
Yeah,
basically. And
well, that's why and ethical people tested on apes. You have to understand that, Cannoli. Not everyone has the Western mindset.
And then he's even the main guy who got because what happened was, we forgot to go over this, when Koba was when he broke loose a little bit earlier on, when they were giving him the new serum, some of it got out in the air. So the fat scientist guy, the head guy, was like, I guess he was the head. What the hell?
Who is an absolute bellend, by the way, for getting that sick and just sneezing all over people,
sneezing everybody.
With this virus that he knows is strange, and I'm like, dude, you're a scientist. Quarantine yourself like a responsible adult.
And he sneezes right after it happens. He sneezes on his little board, right, with the notes on it, and then he's like, I'll be right back. It's like, wouldn't you say something like, hey, dude, this shit went airborne. I'm sneezing blood here. Can we do something about this? Like, he just the typical movie bullshit again.
Seriously, screw that guy. They try to make him sort of sympathetic. No, he's one of the main villains as far as I'm concerned. Screw this guy.
But it's like, if you know you're sick, he's looking for the scientist guy. He's looking for Franco.
Why don't you call him? Why don't you leave a message?
Like, hey, there's phones in 2011.
You freaking retard. Leave a
message. This guy's
Disney
kid, right? He was on a Disney show.
Oh, I have no
idea.
one
of those Disney shows, or was Nickelodeon?
I don't know, but he looks like he's probably yelling about Stellar Blade right now. Let me in! I gotta see the tits.
I gotta see the jiggle physics.
Speak for yourself, chalk ape.
Then again, the neighbor gets the sneeze on him with the fucking. I'm like, oh god, this poor guy. It's just so. It is dumb. I thought that whole thing was just stupid. The first time you see blood, you just don't go, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and clean. I think, what the fuck are you doing, man? Come on. And then your symptoms are getting worse, and you know why, but yet you're just gonna ignore it. It's like, I don't.
But he didn't get smarter.
Well, it does.
No, he didn't.
It does have a basis in reality, folks, because a lot of diseases, as we well know through recent times, start out this way. So it may seem fucking crazy to us, but whether it's Spanish flu or various types of avian flus that have sprung up here and there, even
AIDS
Ebola in Africa, and, well, to a
Mm.
lesser extent, AIDS as well. When people are laissez-faire about illness, it tends to
Mhm.
spread. And the faster it spreads, the more problems it causes. And by the time
Causes.
people realize how serious it is, it's too fucking late. Which is
so
exactly
Franco-
what this movie shows.
Yeah, that's true.
Scientist,
Franco,
screw this guy.
fuck him. So Franco quits,
I hope he died
he-
painfully.
but then he bribes Brian Cox's character to let him out. Now, this part, I like this part. I know some people I was reading in the reviews were like, "No, this part." A lot of people didn't like this scene, and I'm like, I don't know why. I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting where you see Caesar's transformation, where he sees the leash, right? And he's just like, I'm not going back to. He's like, yeah, I love you, but I'm not going back to. And he looks at the other apes and he realizes, like, yeah, I gotta help these fucking people get out.
I don't even think it's just that. I think he's understanding that
yeah,
he doesn't fit in, and like he
Right.
could very easily end up in the same situation all over again.
that was a great scene though.
I think
When he
think
clo-
there's subtext here that's not too difficult to discern. So yeah, I don't see much reason to complain about this.
Is this third? This is third rock from the. Yes. This is the director's cut. I do like this scene though. I love when he shuts the door, and you're just like, oh okay. And then Franco's just like, what the fuck? I thought you wanted out, but
Well, it showcases his. It showcases his development. He has a choice: go back to the present, or build a brighter future.
Go back.
what are
go
you
back.
saying, buddy? You want me to go
Go
back?
back. Yeah. Take a look at that. All right. If Tom Felton
Dodge!
has any awesome skill, it's looking snarky.
Yep.
And boy,
He looks
does
like
he
a
look
little,
snarky.
a little smug prick. He
I
pulls that
know.
off pretty well.
I know.
Yeah,
Good
he's
job,
the
Tom.
human-
Just like Gooch does.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's
I
the
was just gonna
human
say.
arrogant. He's the arrogant factor of humanity.
Tom Felton goes home and definitely watches Coyote Ugly. We know it.
Twice
yeah.
a night. Twice.
very smug, not realizing that he's literally staring into the face of death.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, sorry. By this time, Caesar wiped the drawing off the wall too, right? So that
Yeah.
drawing's gone. He's just like, yeah, fuck this. I'm done. Yeah. Are they eating the cookies here? Yeah, he's giving out the cookies as a gift to
What,
the
you
apes.
want, a cookie?
And I like how, yeah, what you want? Chips? Oh, Chips Ahoy's are so good. Are we the soft Chips Ahoy fan, or are we just the regular Chips Ahoy?
I
You
like
the
my
soft
cookies to be a little bit more done. I don't like them like super soft.
Oh, you like it nice and hard, huh, Gordon?
Those were Chips Ahoy, so they're definitely crispy, but they're covered in a fuck ton of sodium, so he's basically like hurting them, you know?
They're
I
apes.
like
They have
Chips
amazing
Ahoy.
immune systems. What is fucking goddamn? Okay, zoologist Whitey. Yeah. So they're handing out. So this is he's earning their trust by giving them the.
Caesar
Future,
created
okay?
Ozempic. That he was doing a study. He created Ozempic.
What if he ended up just starting like, he started doing tests on them and he's like, no, I'm gonna take on Franco's
No,
role.
I'm gonna do
and he
that. Look at his face here, though.
He's doing the
Look at- he's
thinking
like-
man pose.
Yeah,
he's literally
like,
doing the
yeah.
thinking man pose.
Yep, it's fucking great. Ape,
No.
stupid. Yeah, this is where he tells him the apes alone. He breaks the stick, and he's like, "Apes together, strong." And he's like, the orangutan's like, "Apes stupid." He knew about his people. He knew. Even he knew.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
keep
so
my
anyway,
mouth.
about the circus.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about what. Okay, just know that we're gonna come back to this scene in the trivia section.
Are we gonna circle
Okay.
back?
We
Are
are,
we gonna
and you'll love it. I
circle back?
promise.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure, Gordon. Stop. Just tease us, why don't you?
Yeah.
There are
Oh.
two pieces of trivia, especially that I think are great.
Okay,
Okay.
edging a little
I'll
bit
trust
much,
you.
but let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
I need a towel. Hold on.
Edging.
Oh God, you
Ugh.
sick. Yeah, this is where he breaks out of the sanctuary here, and he's doing his monkey thing, climbing trees. Nothing racist about that. I like how he breaks into Franco's house, and he knows he has this serum in his fucking fridge.
Jay, stop it.
Look
We'll
at that
get
face.
to it. I
Hey,
just
he's-
said we'll get to it.
We're not that far
he's
off.
ra-
The movie's almost over.
He's raiding the concrete jungle. Let's just admit that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Look at that face. I'm robbing these white folk.
He's like, where the 40s at?
Where's the red dog at? Colt 45. Look at Jay. He's like, fuck this racist humor. Look at him. Look at Gooch. He's judging us with his eyes.
What?
Look at
You
his
guys
eyes.
have been judged a long time ago. But the thing is, like,
Yeah.
he inhales this mist like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Well, this,
Like-
this is the improved one too.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the
So
upgraded
he's-
version.
So
You got
he's
a
in-
patch.
He's getting his hit. He's getting his hit.
Yeah, he's getting his big hits here.
And I like how he jumps on the neighbor's fucking Mustang again and breaks the bumper right off. Like this poor guy, man. He got sneezed on, got his finger bit. God.
They put him through the ringer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is where he leaves the spray out. He's like, I got to make these monkeys smarter. And yeah, they wake up and they're like, oh, what the fuck is this, man? The white man keeping us down again. What the fuck is going on here? But he's because that hazel ring around the eye.
Now they've all got the green eyes.
When he
yeah,
touches
got
their
the green eye.
when he touches their face to
Their
look at
face.
their eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. It's a good scene. And all the while, we talked about it earlier. The fucking CGI on this is amazing. Like you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
lose all reality. Like you don't even notice that they're motion capture, and they get better
This is
each
like-
movie.
This is 13 years ago.
Yeah,
It's like
look at
the
this.
stuff we have now should have been 2011, and that should be like now.
Lord of the Rings, dude. Like
Yeah.
with Smeagol and like look what the shit we get now. It's
We've
unbelievable.
gone back
No-
20 years.
No
'cause
coincidence,
I-
no coincidence
I-
that the same studio did both of these. Did
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings
Right.
and this. So
Well, I will say in regards to going back 20 years, in regards to quality, just in terms of visual quality, we all are aware of that god awful Planet of the Apes film from the early 2000s, and I will say that even that physical looking makeup looks way better than the CGI shit they do in 2023, 2024.
Well, I was trying to get to that scene where he stares at him. He turns around and it's like, oh my god. It's like
Yeah,
"Look,
dude.
we're
Yeah,
gonna get you,
badass.
fucker. You. But you're right. Brian Cox was underutilized.
Hmm.
I was.
I think it's
hoping he'd be in
because of
it more, but-
scheduling, quite honestly.
Yeah,
'cause
he
I could
probably
see
can
his
only do so
character-
much.
I could see his character fulfilling the role of Tom Felton's character, but maybe because they didn't pay him enough or he couldn't make it. That really
That's
does
possible.
because it's odd that there's 3 of them. Be interesting if
Yeah.
there was just 2, the nice keeper and then the god awful fucking keeper. But because of scheduling and they wanted a star there to showcase that bit, because it is a key element of the film. You have the main guy who doesn't do much, it's just there to facilitate the transfer, and then you got the 2 lesser known actors who do the heavy work. One is the sympathetic keeper, and the other is the full on Dodge City motherfucker.
It's true. This is where the your favorite character, Gordon, they find him dead with blood coming
Pumpkin.
out of his ears.
I hope it was
Yeah.
painful.
Look!
Guy's an
Oh,
asshole.
go back 10 seconds, Cannoli. There's a poster that says pumpkin.
Oh yeah, look at that right there.
I
Representation.
can't. I
lady.
can't read the first word that well. Let's just say it's
Push-
a tile
pushing-
or something.
It's smashing pumpkins, isn't it? Smash it. Yeah.
Well, there is a cloth
if it says,
over
if it
most
says,
to the first
if it
word.
says smashing pumpkins, that is absolutely racist. How dare they? I'm coming for you,
It is
Billy.
racist. That's fucked up, man. Even in this movie, it's pushing. We're coming for you. Yeah, this part here. Look at him. Oh god, it's so intimidating. I love this. Now this
They're
guy is
watching
a little bit retarded.
That's a
but
Charlton
he's a nice
Heston
guy.
movie, by the way. That's a
Yeah.
Charlton Heston movie.
by
Yep.
the way.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
you know, F-150's
Um,
over there just staring at the at the TV like a dumb ape. You know?
Mm-hmm. This part
And
of the
then
movie
Tom
now.
Felton comes out with his taser and he's like, "Expelliarmus!"
Yeah. Get back in there, white boy. Yeah, so I love this though. So when he grabs his hand and says the words for the first, like he talks for the first. I don't know how. Now, when you first saw this, were you kind of like, "Holy shit," or were you like, kind of?
Oh, I thought it was
waiting for
beautifully
that.
staged.
No,
it was
I
great.
think it's staged great because
Absolutely.
they have the callback line to
It's
the original
fantastic.
Planet of the Apes,
Mhm. Yep.
and he responds to that with this like scary guttural no, and I'm like, ooh, that's
No.
good. That was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
fantastic.
It's ma'am.
It's they them. Yeah, then he beats the shit, and he kept saying it. No, I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty cool. And it took most of the movie to finally get there. But again, this is a progression of how they kind of just how their species progresses. Then by the dawn of the ape, oh my god, it's fucking crazy. How I got to rewatch that movie.
It's sort of a passing of the torch from the old era to the new era.
The new
They
one.
tried that with the 2001 film, and it just completely fell
Oh
flat.
god, that was terrible.
But
yeah.
the symbolism, the sheer symbolism of the human saying "Get off me, damn dirty ape," which is one of the most memorable lines of the original film, as far as I'm aware. And it's a passing of the torch, passing of the baton, literally.
Yeah, and I like how Caesar is kind to this guy because he's a little slow, right? But he realizes
he's been nice to them, so he literally
Yes.
stops the other ones from beating on him.
beating
He's
him
like, no,
up.
this
He's
isn't
gentle with
this
them.
isn't us versus all of them.
Right.
It's like we're going after the ones who deserve it, basically.
He's smart enough to know that, yeah. And then this part was great though, where he's about to tase him again. Now he sees the hose there. It's like, would you really put the taser on when the monkey's got a hose?
Yeah, it's
in
like
his
it's a
hand?
little convenient, a little
get
cheesy,
how they-
but
Arrogant.
it's
It
cheesy,
works,
but it's a
though.
little satisfying.
Yeah, no, that guy was a piece of shit. He deserved it. Yeah.
And it's pride before the fall. It's the arrogant, smug character, the arrogant face of humanity for this role, getting his
And they
comeuppance, which is just an allegory for if we are arrogant and overconfident and smug at this new emerging thing, we're going to get completely fucked over, which is exactly what happens in this film.
True. It's so true.
And beyond.
Oh, Blue Collar. Thank you, Blue Collar, with your $5 super chat. Andy is very underrated as an actor. Lord of the Rings, this trilogy should cement him as being great. Mocap needs to be taken seriously. Look at the new GOW games. Yes.
God of War.
God of War, I got it. God damn it, Whitey. Fucking
there's a reason.
It's just
there is. Well, I just wanted to answer that super chat real quick by saying I think there's a reason for that, because when most people see it, even those professionals, they don't really see the character actor. They see the motion capture.
Motion
capture. They don't. You think
I think
these
they can't
professionals?
understand. I don't think they can
they're the same.
understand the lack of ego behind it. I think that's something they have a hard time with. There is very little ego to what Andy Serkis does, and he's freaking awesome.
He's great at it.
He's literally one of the best actors alive, and half of his best roles you don't even see his face.
Blue Collar, thank you for the super chat, and this is for you, sir.
Hold it. The next man makes a move, the gets it.
It bleeped out, Gooch. It was bleeped out, okay? You didn't say the word. Okay.
I gotta say though, with Gooch, man, I remember seeing his earlier content before his latest light, and he does look as white as me. But that light you've got, man, it makes you like at least a shade darker. And I have
He's
never
part
seen
Italian,
that.
though, so that's where the darkness comes in.
I've never seen that with a light, though. I've never seen a light, any light, make someone look a shade darker than he actually is.
He just
it's like all Persian, man. There's that sort of color.
Okay, well, Ryan, there actually is a light that can make people darker. Looking at you, I don't think you're familiar with it. We call it the sun. That does make you a bit darker if you stay out in it for just a little while.
Yeah, so this is where Franco.
doesn't like the sun.
Oh, this is where Franco goes into the sanctuary.
Oh my god! Well, those are facts. Those are facts. I can't.
Why do you think I'm friends with them?
Yeah.
Increasing white power.
Oh god! So this is where Franco realizes what Caesar did. He found the formula. He killed everybody except this guy, and yeah, this is where he moves along. Now the apes, I like this part. This part was pretty cool, where you see the leaves in the trees just fucking falling, and you're like, and people are like, "Huh? What? What's going on?"
I love this shot so much. This is the best shot of the movie. All the leaves falling ever. It's like, what the heck is happening? You look up and you see them. That is so well staged. That is freaking awesome.
It's so good.
And they didn't need to put in a loud. in the background or anything.
No,
you
you
know?
just
The
the
music,
sound of
yeah.
the leaves is eerie enough.
Right.
Hey, what was
right,
that?
but
Is that a did Hans Zimmer do the score?
yes, thank you. They didn't need that bullshit to let you know that there's impact in that scene.
Oh, this is where they see the video of him getting electrocuted. This is it. Yeah.
This is
The
the
fake
this is the
videos.
hologram of him killing younglings.
Ah. Youngling. Oh, and he's laughing while he's watching the video.
I can't watch anymore.
Here we go through some glass. Let's go through the glass again.
Yeah, we're gonna break sugar glass.
Glass is like tissue in this world.
It doesn't cut you at all when you go through it. Nope.
No,
you're fine.
no. I like how this guy walks through the.
He's wearing sunglasses indoors. What a douche!
A piece of shit. And then, look at this. They're like, yeah. Now this is racism, right? This is black on black crime, right? Am I not wrong?
Oh no!
Look at Gooch. He's like, you fucking piece of shit.
The Wakandan Congress is in session, ladies and gentlemen.
He wants to laugh. Gooch wants to laugh, but he won't.
Don't act like you're surprised by this. You've seen this.
I'm not. I'm not.
Hold on.
We're
if Vex
actually
was here-
we're wearing color, Gooch. You're
Well, hold
like
on.
literally
if
wearing all
Vex
black.
was here, this would be so much worse, and you know it.
I know.
I'm trying.
I just wanted him to start playing Frankie Goes to Hollywood, relax in that scene.
Relax, don't do it.
Yeah.
When you're gonna come.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
So they break they go into the zoo and break the
It makes
barriers for the-
spears.
Yeah, they make that thing's fucking intimidating. That thing runs
That
at that
sounds
gate.
so
and just-
unimpressed, Cannoli. They made freaking spears.
Metal spears.
Yeah,
Like,
they made
okay.
spears.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's
Everything-
racism.
As cool as that is, it annoys me a little.
Is everything in San Francisco lame? Because it's the glass is
Yeah,
easy.
I was like,
they make
I was like, wait a minute. These fences are holding those things in, and they can just pull them apart that easy for spears.
Yeah,
What the
that's why
heck?
rioting.
Yeah.
That's why rioting
Well,
is so easy in
This
that
is
part of the
current
world.
day San Francisco. This is what San
That's
Francisco.
kind of
looks
what's
like right
happening.
now. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
This is
Monkey
looting.
shit all over the place. Ape shit
It's
all over the place.
A fiery but mostly peaceful ape escape is what we're seeing.
I like when the ape gets captured, right? And he throws the spear through it. Koba's like, no. Well, that wasn't Koba. That was the other one. But there's more glass, Jay. More glass. More glass. More glass. More glass.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, this was a very impressive action scene with these.
Look at that.
two.
Oh, it was great. It looks great.
Mm.
Look at that. I am the captain now. And then you get the cops. Oh, look, white cop. Up. Gotta stop him.
Oh, good cop, bad cop.
Defund the police.
That's their own little Riggs and Murtaugh they got going there.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, and this shot,
Ah,
this shot right here, incredible.
Yeah. The movie
Mm.
was filmed very well. Yes, and most of it. Then the part. Now again, like you're in the last 20 minutes of the movie, so of course there's got to be a big action sequence. But I gotta tell you, like the apes are just trying to escape, and of course they're getting attacked. So it makes sense. I think it was staged well. It was done well for the most part. And the apes are smart enough to know as they're getting shot at and tranked, like, oh, let's get up into the fog and go over them and underneath them to escape them, which is pretty smart.
Well, this
That
is all
song
set
was
up
pretty good,
because
man.
he's been playing. Caesar's been playing chess the whole time, so he's
Yeah.
always thinking ahead of his enemy,
Of
right?
what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally Caesar. He's his namesake.
Mhm. This part was pretty cool. Yeah, so they're just
play
going around
chess,
and then
kill a bunch of people. I see that.
Yep.
connection.
kill them all.
They don't kill
Kill
that many
them all.
people. They really don't
No,
kill
no,
that
no,
many people.
no, because of PG-13. But yeah.
Well, no, I think that's intention. Like they intended for them.
He
not
doesn't want to
kill that many
murder
people.
everybody.
Now I'll say this also: these cops are retarded for chasing them down on horseback with a bunch of batons. It's like,
horses.
what do you think that's gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's a little
kind of stupid.
stupid.
Especially the
It's a
one who
little
tries to go head on with a freaking gorilla. It's like, you
Yeah.
moron.
Yeah, is this the part here?
Do you have any idea what a gorilla
Look at
can
that.
do to you?
That's
Yeah.
that
a
is
a gorilla could pull you in half like a rubber band.
Yeah.
It would be
Yes,
easy.
it's also the most American thing I think anyone could do is fucking
Yep.
cavalry.
I like, okay,
charge
if it
a
were if
gorilla.
this took place in Florida, I could believe it. If it took place
Anything's
there,
happened.
I'd buy
Yeah,
it a
but
little
they-
bit more.
They wouldn't be using batons.
Well,
for it. They-
Of course,
they-
then again,
they
this
would-
is
No,
San
to
Francisco,
quote-
so they probably wouldn't use guns. As the
Yeah,
first option.
yeah.
Idiots.
No.
well, to quote
Guns
a
hurt
famous
people.
Black American song, "This is America."
Jesus Christ.
I don't know any quotes from that song.
Well,
That's all. It's the
what
only
about
one you
that
need.
song, I'm blacker than black. I'm black.
I'm black and the black, and I'm not saying. God damn it, Whitey. Your racism is really.
Dude, I'm just quoting the song. I love it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Represents
I like how they push the bus here along, and they're shooting at like it's not. You're not going to stop the apes, dude. Like this part was cool with Caesar riding on the horse, and he comes. He's like, yeah, BLM, bro. And then cool. It was good.
Hey,
I just feel like a lot more people would be on their cell phones.
ALM alphabetically comes before BLM. Ape lives matter.
That's true. That's true. What's up, Hostman's Lounge? What's up, buddy? Yeah, well,
Wow.
lounge.
It's lounge.
Wow.
Hey, Hostman. Wow.
If there's no Christopher Walken in the casting trivia, I'm going to be really pissed off.
Yeah, right.
We'll get to that.
Traveled. We'll do that impersonation later. Me and Gooch love that. Yeah, this gorilla gets his fucking how many rounds pumped into him?
He about empties the clip on him, but he takes it like a champ. I mean, he dies.
Yeah,
a clip.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? You're
Whoa,
right,
triggered.
Triggered.
No, you're right. I shouldn't have said clip. That is not a good term. You're right.
God damn it!
Admonish me.
I invite you on my show. You hate fucking Lethal Weapon. You're saying this shit. What is wrong with you? That's it.
That's my gaff. 3 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. Never again, Gord. This part was kind of you got shot. You're dead. I gotta go.
It's his boring.
No, it was sad. Yeah, he felt.
Sad.
Yeah, he's like, and he's realizing like this is going to be much worse than he initially thought. Like these are the casual, and look how pissed he gets, man. The fucking facial expressions. He's just like, yeah, bro. And I like how he tells his buddy he won't kill him. He won't. This is that Batman Begins line. I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you either. And he's like,
we missed the part when he spoke. When he said no.
We went over it like 10 minutes.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Did you have? Did you black out?
No, he didn't. Hey, whoa! He didn't.
Gooch has Alzheimer's.
I was gonna say, like Gooch, we might have a cure for that. It's still in its testing phase though.
But it is on Amazon for $14.99.
IZ13. Oh my god!
The director's cut.
Black Mirror. You see the Black Mirror of
Koba. Koba's just like.
I like how this guy's like, save me, and I'm like, bro, this fucking thing, this really ain't gonna fucking
the monkey's
save
like, I'm no man.
Fuck you, bro.
Long live the king.
Push. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh, it's creepy as fuck.
You know what? This is and I gotta think though. That's good sequel bait. They're perfectly comfortable not telling you there's gonna be a sequel. But they're totally hinting at it anyway, but in a way that it's like this can still stand alone. But that's excellent sequel bait.
Yeah, and there's no more cops, so James Franco just steals a car. Like, wait, what? What the fuck is going on here?
It's like I found it.
Let me see. So this is where Caesar goes into the redwoods, which we're not supposed to know is a secret. We're supposed to think is a secret area, but it's not in the whole movie. But and then Franco gets attacked here, and I like you're right, because this is one of those things where he pushes Copa to the side, and so you're right. You could see a future conflict possibly happening here, a power struggle or just a disagreement, and it does happen big time in the next movie, right? Because Coba. He sabotages all the shit to start the war, right?
Well, he does initially launch a rebellion and then gets not literally put down, but he does get bodied, and then of course Ape does not kill Ape, and then he has to work smarter, not harder. Hence the betrayal, and then right at the end, sorry for spoiling it, folks. You are not Ape.
Yeah, yeah. And he's trying to tell him, like, he still has love for Caesar. He's like, I can still protect you. And it's like, dude, you ain't protecting shit. He's the master now. And I like how he holds him and he hugs him and he does that. Caesar is home. And Franco's like, holy shit. Because he only heard about him talking from the guy that was in prison in the sanctuary. And he didn't, like, they actually hear that. Imagine if you graze this thing, all the shit you've been through, and you hear him talk to you like that. That'd be fucking creepy. You're like, wait, what? You know, but it's great. It's done well. So you've seen how far he's advanced, and the way he says it, it's like, oh god, it was really good.
The parallels and the symbolism are staggering. I mean, to use it in a more reality-based context, if you built a machine and you were experimenting on machines, and then they were waking up, and then literally whispers to you, "I am home." And it's like, oh shit! It's literally the present realizing it's the past now.
Well, they could have.
If your dog's talking to you, you might need some help, Roman. That's the drugs, or you're the son of Sam. If you're hearing your dog talk to you, it's
if Caesar came out to him and he said, like,
Beer.
"Dude, I'm here to chew bubble gum and fuck, and I'm all out of bubble gum," I think that the movie would have had a much more
bigger impact.
Yeah.
And he does tell him here. He's like, Caesar's home. Yeah, you're home. Just go ahead and do your thing here. And
they all give him. James, we never see the. I don't think we ever see the James Franco character again.
You get hints.
So he probably
it's heavily implied that he's likely.
Don't you see a photo of him in the third movie? Isn't there like something on where he goes back to the house?
I think there is some allusion to him, but it's heavily implied that he's one of the people who died when the virus.
Right.
Went worldwide.
Wasn't he in a book, in like a little black book or something in the?
I don't recall. It's been a little while since I've seen War for the Planet of the Apes.
I think he was in a black book.
You know what? The third one was my least favorite of them, so I don't think I thought my least favorite.
Shut the front door, baby. I haven't seen these movies.
Shut it. Really? You haven't seen those last two? Oh, bro, you got.
Yeah, like I honestly thought, like, and I'll say more about it whenever we do our final review on it. But like, I thought this was gonna fucking suck, and I went into it.
Me too.
Here comes a big bunch of shit, and guess what? It was full of
little
kernels, full of peanuts and corn.
Dude, the second one, I'll tell you this. This one was good. The second one takes it to the next, because Matt Reeves took over, the guy who did the Batman. He actually made a good movie with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That movie takes it to the next level. I mean,
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is arguably better than the original. It's that good.
It's so good. Now the third one, I think the first half of the third one is not bad, and then it just kind of, I don't know.
It's not like I'll have to watch the third one again because it's been a while, but it was a much bigger slow burn than I expected. I'm not sure how I feel about the third one yet.
That's what I meant to say. The second half was better. Sorry. Yeah.
Why does this trilogy sound eerily familiar in like its journey to Mass Effect? The first one's fine, second one's stellar. The first half of the third one's great, and then it all goes fucking down.
Yeah.
Well, you know, monkey see, monkey do. You know.
So this is where the neighbor's a pilot, and he spreads. I liked how they did this in the credits, where they're showing you the virus spreading throughout everywhere in the world. So everybody's dying because a stupid scientist was bleeding out of his nose and didn't tell anybody.
Oh look!
I mean, I'll say this, I do think it's a little bit lazy to have the neighbor also be a pilot who is the one who's basically the super spreader. I'm like, I thought that was a little bit much. I think him giving it to someone, like maybe if he's at the airport just as a regular person, you could have kind of the same effect. I was like, him being a pilot, I was like, it's like you're kind of laying it on a little bit thick, but fine, whatever.
I will say, Pumpkin Man, that this film really did foreshadow the crisis very well. Very well. I don't mind the spread of the virus. I'm just like, you don't have to necessarily make that particular. It's a very easy way of explaining, how it spread without the film extending by another fucking hour. So
you need to do that.
I'm glad they didn't make this movie too long. The second and third ones I think they were much longer, right? Weren't they like 2.5 hours or something?
Yeah.
The next two, they were longer, but it made sense. This, you didn't need to have 2.5 hours. So, having said that, Gord King, you are the designated Vex Electronica trivia person tonight. So,
yes,
if you would please, sir.
We've got some movie trivia. All right, the film outperformed initial box office expectations. It was projected to make in its opening weekend $35 million, and it went on to gross 54.8 in its opening weekend, and worldwide ended up doing 481.8.
Wow.
Million.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Well, wait, how much was the budget for the movie you said?
I didn't say. Okay, hang on one sec.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you had mentioned it. My bad.
90 million.
Yep,
No.
$90 million.
It was 90 minutes. Wow, so it definitely.
I was just
Did quite
throwing a number out there.
No, did quite well.
Fucking
Thank you, Gooch.
Even
Well,
retards get it right once in a while.
Got him.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, it's a good guess. I honestly, I didn't think. I'm smart. I'm smart. No,
Italian stronger
give him a
together.
Chips Ahoy cookie, goddamn. Sorry, Gordon. Go ahead, continue, sir.
No, you're fine.
Permission.
It currently boasts a,
Cannoli. Like the cannoli connection now.
I don't have it.
Cannoli cookie show.
It was nominated for 1 Oscar, Best Visual Effects at the 2012 Academy Awards, though it lost to Martin Scorsese's Hugo. The climax of the movie was shot on a 400-foot set, which at the time was a world record.
Wow.
I'm going to save that piece of trivia for last because it's hilarious. This is the second time that Andy Serkis has played a motion captured ape, as he did the very same in the 2005 Peter Jackson adaptation of King Kong. Koba was named after Joseph Stalin's nickname that he had when he was a revolutionary in Georgia. So his name is foreshadowing. In the original ending, Will tries to convince Caesar to come home, much like he does here, but they are interrupted by soldiers who attempt to shoot Caesar, but Will ends up taking a bullet while shielding him instead.
Oh.
And as for my favorite piece of trivia, Vex, if you catch this stream sometime later on, I really hope you appreciate this as much as I do. Caesar uses a bundle of sticks to explain to Maurice how an ape alone is weak, but together are strong. A bundle of sticks, also known as fasces, was a symbol of authority in ancient Rome. The words fascist and fascism derive from the word fasces. So basically, if you are calling someone a faggot, you're calling them a fascist.
Wow.
So many layers.
Fucking Romans, man. That's my heritage right there. See, we were based, man.
And
Even
we do
back
have
then.
casting trivia as well as a little
God.
bit of directorial trivia. So
Sure.
other directors that were approached for this movie included Thomas Alfredson, whose name you might recognize from Let the Right One In and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, 2 great movies. Robert Rodriguez was also approached.
Really?
And yeah,
No,
he
I don't
was.
know if that would have fit.
I
Wow.
don't think so. The one that intrigues me the most is Catherine Bigelow. I think she could have been a very interesting choice for this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was this before? Wait, was this what the hell was the movie she made that one?
This
Best
would have been after the Hurt Locker. It would have been about
Oh.
2 years after the Hurt Locker, I think.
Interesting.
2 or 3 years, probably. It would probably have been 2 years after that movie was finished that she would have had
Gotcha.
to start.
I got you. Okay.
Caesar was originally going to be played by a stunt performer, but Weta Digital Senior Visual Effects Supervisor Joe Lettery convinced producers to cast Andy Serkis instead because he had worked with him on Lord of the Rings.
Smart.
Will, the other actors who are in the running to play him included Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and funny enough, given that this does star James Franco, Tobey Maguire,
Oh,
his
gosh.
Spider-Man co-star.
No, fuck him. No, I don't.
No, I don't. I don't think that one works either.
No,
No.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Dodge, the character played by Tom Felton. The other actors that were up for that were Stephen R. McQueen, Kellen. I don't remember what I've seen him in, if anything, to be honest.
The name
Kellen
sounds familiar.
Lutz, who I think is in the Twilight movie, so he obviously sucks.
God.
And Brandon Routh, who is Superman, and Scott Pilgrim
What?
versus the World. Yeah, Brandon
No.
Routh.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know
No,
about that.
no.
I have a hard
They
time
got-
believing he could be that sniveling and mean.
Yeah.
They got the right guy for this. Yeah.
Although if he uses his vegan powers on Caesar, that would be kind of fun.
You once were a vegan, but Caesar will make you be gone.
Wow.
Dr. Jacobs was clearly meant to be a black character no matter what, because the other actors they considered for that were Idris Elba, Jamie, Idris Elba, which I initially thought no on him, but then I remembered
He's a
the
good
role he
actor.
played in The Office, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, he could
Yeah,
play
yeah.
that pretty well.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
by the way, if you've never seen him in The Office, he plays a pretty multi-layered character in that show that you really come to
Yeah.
despise.
Right.
Like it's kind of amazing. It's like,
Yeah,
wow, I
he
didn't
had
think I
a-
could hate him, but you do.
He had hard on for Jim.
Yeah, totally.
Like I have for you, Gooch.
Other ones for Dr. Jacobs were Jamie Foxx. And
God.
I was gonna say Jamie Foxx is a joke, but like seriously, Jamie.
yeah,
Foxx?
Jamie Foxx.
You
was
just think
in
of any black guy
consideration.
you want, Jay.
What about Morgan Freeman?
Oh God,
Nope,
could you imagine?
he was not considered though. The
Huh,
third
the
one
That
I
would
have-
that would have been good. That would have been
That
good.
was
wouldn't have
sad
been
to
bad.
see the apes go.
The other one was everyone's favorite name to pronounce, Jimon Hunsu.
Yeah, I can't
Digimon
fuck-
Hunsu. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Digimon.
Who?
Yeah.
Well, I personally think we
He's
don't
in
really
Blood
see,
Diamond, stuff like that. He's great.
Oh,
actor. I can't
yeah.
say his name for the life of me.
well, we don't really see Morgan Freeman as a bad guy.
We
really-
have seen him before, though. He's Wanted. He was a bad guy.
Oh,
He was a
I'm
He was
not
a bad
aware of
guy. in
that
Wanted, I
film.
think. Yeah, he can play a bad guy. He's capable.
I was thinking of
Stovepipe-
old man Morgan Freeman. This,
Stovepipe brings
tough,
up a good
jaded
point here.
scientist. Hmm.
By the way, if people don't know, Stovepipe is my boss, so I can tell him to go
Really?
fuck himself. Love you,
Uh,
Stovepipe. He brings up a good point there. Yeah.
Yeah. John Landon, the role that Brian Cox is playing. Other actors that were in the running for that were I don't know this guy off the top of my head. Kevin Dunn. I don't know who he is.
Old man Dunn's boy.
uh, just some random old.
He just sits there like he knows it. Like
Dunn's boy.
Wait, he just
Old
sits
man
there
Dunn's
playing
boy.
Look at his face. It's
Like,
he played that so
like-
well.
yeah, down the road. Old man Dunn's boy.
Oh, that's old man
Dunn's
Dunn's
boy.
boy. He's like, I
Dunn's
remember
boy.
him.
You
That's a
Dunn's
name
boy.
I haven't heard in a
Tennessee
long
right
time.
He was sitting on Sheila at the dance last week. You know, like
You know, he live on down yonder.
yeah.
Down
That
yonder.
that was like a Norm Macdonald kind of moment. That's old
That
man
was
Dunn's
great.
boy.
That's
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
I'll
that was
take
good.
that.
Other ones were Michael Douglas,
Whoa.
Craig T. Nelson, and
Oh,
I can't believe this is true, but Danny DeVito.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
Craig
Oh,
T.
God.
Nelson, I could see. Craig T.
Oh
Nelson,
yeah,
I
I
could
could
see.
see that.
Yeah, him,
sure.
but Danny DeVito?
They brought these apes in, and I just started blasting.
just started blasting.
Uh, there's okay. So the Maurice, I thought this was hilarious. I only even wrote a second name down because there was like 10 names, but I only wrote 2 of them down. One was Uma Thurman for the mocap work,
Oh.
but the best one is Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, well,
What?
if the shoe
Don't-
fits.
Yeah, it's like don't blame us for racism. They were gonna cast Whoopi
It's
Goldberg as a
not
freaking ape.
that- well, I mean, if you watch The
Uncancel
View,
Roseanne Barr right away.
If I wanted to be racist, I'd say if they had cast her, they would have saved money because they wouldn't have to do the
Wow, he's not wrong. Is he wrong?
Especially
Is he
now
wrong,
when
though?
she has the walking stick as like a matriarchal Maurice type character.
I
That would be
guess.
very interesting.
Like Rafiki? Are you? Is
I
that what you're saying?
guess.
Yeah, that kind of character.
Oh God,
I
was
read that and I
fantastic.
just started laughing. I was
Some
like,
people call
Whoopi
me
Goldberg for
Maurice.
Maurice? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Maurice.
That's horrible. Caroline, who's the girlfriend, the other actresses they considered for her were I don't know who I know one movie Lindy Booth's been in. She was in Dawn of the Dead, the Snyder one.
Yeah.
And then they had Naomi Watts, who I was like, she's like 10 years older than
Enough.
James Franco.
No.
Yeah, no, enough with fucking Naomi Watts.
And then Reese Witherspoon was another one.
No.
No.
The only one I kind of liked was Terry Polo. If you don't know who she is, she's the girlfriend in Meet the
Yeah.
Parents.
Yes.
Oh yeah, her I could have seen. Yeah.
She looks like Elizabeth Shue a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Little
Yeah,
bit.
I like her.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, she was.
I have saved the best for last on this
Oh,
because
oh,
Charles Rodman, the character played by John Lithgow, the actors they considered for him, and I'm not making this up.
Oh please.
Okay, one
say
was
it.
Robert Englund,
Okay.
one was
Oh, okay.
Freddie.
Tim Conway.
Yeah.
Tim
Maybe.
Conway?
Yeah.
Like the comedian Tim Conway? No, he's no,
he was dead.
He was dead. Yeah.
Who other Tim Conway?
Tim Conway died in 2019, though.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And again, not making this up, Christopher Walken.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Yes,
yes.
Let's rewrite the movie right now, please.
I can't.
Plays the piano.
I can't play the keys on the piano.
He plays the piano and just gets annoyed and takes out a gun and just starts shooting the fucking piano.
Don't show me how to use a fork, piece of
I
shit.
hid the Alzheimer's up my ass for 7 years.
I had this baby monkey up my ass.
No, I hid it in my ass.
Apes together, strong.
Oh my!
Like
God.
a bundle,
so strong.
Why do I have to
like
feed this
apes are
fucking
like a
ape?
bundle of sticks? I was so pleased
Vex is
when
like
I
in
read
her
that.
tent somewhere going. They're doing walking right now.
They are. Yeah.
I'm
See,
gonna
wait, what
do
time
my
is it?
hairline.
This is Christopher. This is Christopher
Gonna
Walken
do my
time.
hairline.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
but
I
yeah,
would've loved to
I
see
when I
that.
read that, I was I mean, both of those pieces of trivia, I was
Oh.
tickled to death. But the Walken one, I was like, I'll say.
Where are my car keys, you piece of shit?
I got
Yeah,
Alzheimer, and the only cure is more cowbell.
More cowbell. Oh, he has a bell on the gate. You see? There you go. You see
I mean,
that?
the fight scene with the neighbor wouldn't have been convincing because had it been
No.
Christopher Walken, he would have
No,
just
he
pulled out a gun and shot him dead.
Yeah. You little fucker. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, good job. Good job, Gord. Good
No
job.
problem.
Was that all the trivia?
That was it.
Good man. Good man. You did a good job. Vex will be proud.
Looking at Christopher Walken there behind Chalk Ape, I'm
that King
thinking,
in New York?
why does he have Kim Jong Il's haircut?
Well, he always did.
Or maybe
Kim Jong Il has
already-
his haircut.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Korean
Yeah.
bastard stole my hair. Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay, so I guess we can go around the horn, give us our final thoughts and grades or grades, ratings, whatever. Gore King, since you did the trivia so beautifully, you go first. Final
All
thoughts
right.
and rating.
It does, like I said earlier, this movie does have its fair share of flaws, but I do think the overall product is pretty strong. It's a good lead in to a much better sequel. I wouldn't I wouldn't go so far as to call the movie fully good. I think there are probably one too many issues for me to go that far, but it's okay, it's solid. It's okay. I'd go probably about 6.5 out of 10.
It's a fair score. Yeah, it's not Lethal Weapon 2 in your mind, which you're
This is way
you're
better
still
than
wrong
that.
about. But
This is way freaking better than that. I'm
fair.
taking that movie down hard. I promise.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look what
I'm
we
not
created.
done with you, Richard Donner.
Oh God. Cool. Gooch man, you beautiful tan soul.
Yeah.
give us your thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what Gord is saying. Like visually stunning, and visually storytelling.
Mhm.
There's some flaws here and there, but it's not. You can forgive a lot of the little conveniences and the flaws in the story because it moves pretty well. It does a really good job at doing character development in the time frame that it's given, and again it pulls on the heartstrings. Like you really get attached to Caesar quite a bit. So I would give it probably 7 bananas out of 10. So
Oh my God, that's a fair score. I agree with that. Ryan Roger, my man. What about you, sir? What are your final thoughts?
My goodness, what a solid start for the latest trilogy of Planet of the Apes. I mean, it was a solid start. The weakest points of this film was the links between, say, getting from one plot point to the other. Apart from that, everything in between was absolutely wonderful. It was a solid foundation for the next two films. No wonder it got a trilogy under its wing. Now, not to compare apples to oranges, but I did once give Mass Effect Andromeda a 6 out of 10, despite it being fucking awful. And I'm not going to give this film a 6. I'd be tempted to give it an 8, because the only thing I see wrong with this film is just the links to continue the plot. The bits.
You're saying a film about apes have missing links?
Oh
Wow.
That's reality based right there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
It's spreading like the simian flu, the reality based mind virus. But yes, I think this is a great film. I would have liked it to have been a little longer, but it is what it is in that respect.
That's
what it led to, I think, really adds points to it, because I think you've already covered Dawn of the Planet of the Apes already, but I'd give that movie a solid 9, because it takes what was done at the start and continues it very well, in the same way that Mass Effect 2 does for Mass Effect. I'm using Mass Effect references.
Hey, you can bring up my favorite game trilogy all you want. That's fine.
But yes, that's my rating for this film, 8 out of 10.
Perfect. White, I love that picture in your background, Whitey. That's
Thank you. It's a historical
could have
document.
covered up my hairline, you bastards.
all right, Whitey, give us your thoughts on the bless their little ape hearts.
Since we're missing Vex tonight, I'll give her some representation. But thank you. We will come again. So great job, Gord. You did great on that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you very much, Jock Ape. I appreciate your appreciation.
All right, calm down, Microsoft support. Okay. All right. So I, like I said earlier, I thought I went into this thinking, oh, this is gonna be a big pile of shit, or Gord's version of Lethal Weapon 2, and you know what? I was pretty impressed. If you can't think of something new, at least they did this really, really right. Usually I'm not a big fan of, like, hey, let's just rehash the same old shit over and over again. But I did not enjoy the old Planet of the Apes. I didn't enjoy how it ended.
Me neither. They just don't hold up for me.
Yeah, it I wasn't one of those people. It wasn't like, how people were like about Doctor Who and all that other shit. It did not grab me. But this did really well, and thank goodness, that it replaced what was etched into my mind from Marky Mark and all that. I'm gonna have to give this at least like a 6.5 out of 10. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I rewatching it. It's been so damn long. I think So when I rewatched it again, I think I actually messaged you, Gord. I was like, wow, this movie's actually better than I remember. Not saying it was a masterpiece, but it's like, this is pretty good. And hitting what Gooch said too, like it makes you feel something, right? You actually care about these characters. This is the most important thing. So despite some of the dialogue issues, some of the major plot conveniences and stupid shit that happens, it's not, like you said, Gord, it's not enough to bring it so far down that the movie's just terrible. They do just enough well that when they do move on to the next ones, they just the second movie is so damn good. It's near perfect. Like, it's so good. So I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna probably rewatch that this weekend. So I would give this movie a solid 7. I wish Christopher Walken was the Alzheimer's dad. Out of 10. I think it's just a solid movie. It's rewatchable, I think, especially if you can just skip some of the bullshit, just get through the parts you want to watch. Motion caption is fantastic. It's good. Just a solid movie. So there you go. Planet of the Apes. We're not talking about downtown Los Angeles. We're talking about the movie. So I appreciate everybody. I guess if we can go back around, say our goodbyes, and talk about what you got coming up. Mr. Gorkin, you pumpkin master, you.
Hello.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, I would say keep your eyes on Stupenzo's channel, because he and I today watched a surprisingly fun little B movie that with Roddy Piper in it called Hell Comes to Frogtown. which I was shocked how much care was put into this goofy little movie. I was like, this deserves to be kind of a cult classic. It was very entertaining. And, it has a lot of good-looking women walking around, including the hot blonde from Conan the Barbarian. So that was nice. So he should be uploading that, I would think, in the next couple of days. As for myself, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, myself and my guests will be talking The Lion King, which is
if is AJ on the show?
I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it. He's getting his PC fixed. I think he sent me a message. It's getting worked on, so I don't know if he's gonna make it. But
God damn
yeah, we'll be talking The Lion King, and
nice.
Yeah, and I'll probably do a game stream or two this week as well. So be sure to come by and hang out. Oh yeah, also forgot Thursday I am releasing on my meme channel a season 1 highlight reel of my Biden memes, which has a few new little punchlines put in here and there. A couple of jokes get extended out a little bit more, but it's about 15 minutes long. Should be fun.
Oh God, I'll be watching that while I work. I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll definitely shout that out, Gore King. Thank you very much, sir. Did a wonderful job tonight. You're welcome. Gooch, what 8? So I don't know. Do we have enough time to go through all the shit that you're doing?
No. It's gonna be very quick. Tomorrow night we continue on my small little channel, Diabolical Souls Presents. We continue with Scavenger's Reign. We're doing episode 9 tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, Gord. And then Wednesday I have the legendary writer, the man himself, Mike Barron, coming on. The guy who, Mike Barron wrote for Marvel, DC, writing for the Rippaverse. He is like legit a legend. So of comic books and ad novelist. So I'll be interviewing him and going over his latest campaign.
Beautiful.
So join me for that 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Thursday. Me and the crew go over Cyberpunk Edge Runners at 10 p.m. Eastern. We're doing episode 7 for that, and that'll be a lot of fun. So, and then of course you can catch me with this guy below on Saturday night Hypnosis. We have a lot of fun there, and will be a good weekend this weekend. So
yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Go check out the Gooch channel, please.
Gemma, what's after Cyberpunk? After Cyberpunk, we're going to be doing. There's a few things. Sorry, Cannoli. Few things we're going to be doing. Invincible and X-Men '97, and Wednesday nights are going to be Wednesday night movie animation. Like I mentioned the other night, we're going to do Heavy Metal. I think first.
Ooh,
and then we're going to do Kira, and then we're going to do Ghost in a Shell, and then there's a whole whack load of other movies that we're going to get into. Yeah, so we're going to get into a lot of
anime
classics.
Movies.
Yeah.
Wait, when are these going to be? When are those going to be?
At the end of May. Last week in May, we're going to start that. So
nice, very nice. Gooch is loose, man. He's killing it. We'll get it. I watched season 2 of Invincible finally, the last half of it. I did not like it. I
made my brother watch Akira and Fight Club in the same night, Gooch.
That's different.
It was awesome. His brain almost was destroyed.
Melted.
That night.
Yeah.
Oh God. Mr. Reality Based himself. What about you, sir?
Well, after an awesome April in which I made nearly 100 videos, my goodness, we're nearly going back to old form where we used to make 120, 130 videos a month. Good times. But yes, for this marvelous May, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on growing, hopefully. I plan on making at least 30 videos over the next week, mostly from either me on other shows or from my own show. None from this show, because it's a solid movie review. It's almost impossible to turn each section, each scene into a damn video. That would be one hell of an EFAP in video form. But no, I think the next show will be reality-based entertainment. Thursday night at 9 p.m. UK time. No reality-based gaming, because our regulars cannot make it, which is a shame. And yes, of course, Saturday Night Hypnosis. That's 8 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. Yes, it's in the name after all. I think Savvy is going to be a special guest, and I don't think she's a content creator, but she does look like Sydney Sweeney. So I made the joke of, Hypno's got Sydney Sweeney on Saturday Night Hypnosis. And his
He's an
eyes
artist.
just
Shit
bulged
artist.
at that news. But yeah, we got plenty of content on the way. You can check me out tomorrow. I'll be on 2 shows. One with Will of the Fans at 2 p.m. UK, so that's 9 a.m. Eastern. And you can also check me out on Open Class Doodles, hosted by Coach MC Studio with Dragon Slayer commentaries. That's at 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So yes, you can find me on loads of other shows. So check out Reality Base. All my name.
Check it out. Check it. Yeah, there it is. Check it out. Chalk Ape, White Bear. You've been killing it with well, there you go. Thank you for that. You've been killing it with your Twitter streams as of late. The chicken streams and the Judge Your Twitter. Judge Your Twitter is so fucking funny, man. They've been great.
Those are really
I appreciate
fun.
it. They are so fun, and being able to throw my webcam out my window and like have 95 people just looking at my cock all day.
People yeah,
they love looking at those chickens, dude. And
your cock is thick, man. Your cock's thick, very thick.
They're
fluffy.
They're good. It's getting bigger. So, anyways, it's been a really great time, and if there's anything else you need to know, just go to my Twitter, and you'll find older videos on what is going on.
Go to his Twitters.
Yeah. Sorry, Ryan brought up Sydney, and so she popped up. So anyway, go to my Twitter, White Bear Whitey, and doodly do.
Doodly do. Yes, please check all these people out. Their information is all in the description. Awesome people. And then as far as me, next week we'll be back for MMM. We have a White Bear pick. Next week we are doing is it 1985 Ridley Scott a fantasy movie, Legend.
Wow.
Oh, that's
so we have a good panel for that one. I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be fun. I have not watched that movie literally in 20 plus years probably.
Where can you find the Blu-ray?
You can't, well, there's a director's cut for $14.99 on Amazon. So here's Whitey's upset because you cannot stream the director's cut, which is like a little bit longer. It's almost 2 hours long. They cut out about half hour of the movie almost.
I've never seen Legend. Never seen it.
Yeah, it's different. It's Tom Cruise literally right before Top Gun.
Yeah. Like
I'm aware of it. I'm just like I've never bothered to see it.
Tim Curry's
awesome.
I mean, I really am fascinated to rewatch it and make fun of White Bear for picking it.
And and the music, the soundtrack is
no, it's good. It's good. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely very 80s. Look, it's going to be a fun show. Something different. So I'm very happy that he picked it. Actually, Sassy's never seen it, and she saw the trailer. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Don't worry, it's White Bear. He's on drugs. It's okay. He's coming off his cocaine high.
After you see that movie, you'll be like, "Yeah, I understand him now."
And as far as the rest of the stuff on the channel, the Friday shows, we did have people scheduled, but there's been a lot of stuff happening in real life for the Cannoli household lately, so I had to postpone some of the Cannoli Connection shows going forward just for now, till things ease back up. We will be back with those shows, hopefully in June, if not after, but MMM can't go anywhere because Whitey will shoot me if I take it off, so he told me he would. He's a mean fuck. But I love you all. Sorry, Gooch, you're going to say something?
No, I was just MMM is like it's a staple now.
It's the driving force.
It's awesome. So
yeah, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you to all the people in the chat. You were absolutely fantastic tonight. All the people watching on Twitter, YouTube. Thank you for the super chats, Blue Collar. You're freaking awesome. Appreciate that. And the panel. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do any of this between.
We wouldn't be able to do it, baby.
Doodly do. So that's basically it. We will see you next week.
My God.
Oh, take it off. Take it off.
Donate now, bitches.
Let me see those hillbilly nipples.
Dirty homo.
All right. On that note, we will see you later. Thank you again. And next week, we'll be back. Bye.
Later.